Join the program in a minute. We're just doing a quick test of some equipment. So good.
The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by the Ohio Veterinary Medical Center, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Valley Farms, Stable.ca, and Midland Acres. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Fairfield County Fairgrounds in Lancaster, Ohio, as we get set for our final day of fair racing. It's got a bad, that just seems wrong, doesn't it,
I
Ash?
know. Every year we reach this point, and it's where did the summer go?
Exactly.
Where did the summer go?
I'm Frank Frost, joined by Ashley Daly, along with Susan Schroeder and Matt Clark. We've got everybody out today to bring you our finale. And Susan, do you believe we started in Paulding?
I can't.
How long ago was that?
It seemed like such a long time ago. But you know, you walk up. I walked up the grandstand and the Delphi band is playing and the sun's shining and the horses are warming up. This is like the greatest day.
It is. It really is. This is just one of the most beautiful fairgrounds that we have. It's down in a bowl a little bit, a lot of beautiful trees. You got the lookout point to the right that people can go all the way up to the top of the mountain up there and watch down. But just, a beautiful day to end it all. We've got 10 races for you today. And it's amazing that we're to the end, and we're getting ready for the post parade already. Doug Ballinger is our announcer today, and this wraps up 66 county and independent fairs that the OHHA has been able to bring to you this summer. And the first thing I want to say is thank you to all of you who have been watching us all year long, and thank you for the kind words whenever we make our way through the fairgrounds. It's amazing the number of people that come up to us and do say thank you.
We had I had a lady on the backside ask me today, she said, how was the pizza? Because we talked about the Pink Cricket pizza, so she was listening intently.
Well, let's go up to Doug Ballinger for the post parade.
$932. This first division for $6,466. Sponsored by Pink Cricket Restaurant. A field of 7. There are no changes in the first race. These are the horses. Number 1 is ATI Beach Please, driven by Scott Ferguson. Number 2, Cruiser Canceled with Elliott Deaton. The 3, Rockin' Royale, Hank Levan drives. Number 4 is Fear My Grace with Austin Hanners. 5, Frontier Dragon, David Young II drives. Number 6 is Rockin' Ginger, Dylan Fagan. And number 7, Lady Bridgerton, Jason Beatty in her sulky. Horse to take one
So there
score.
you go. That is the field for the first. Let's take a little bit in deep look at these 7 3-year-old fillies. The number 1 is ATI Beach Please. Scott Ferguson drives, trains, and owns this Santa Fe Beach Boy out of the Dragon Again mare Anna Kate. 18 starts this year, has 1 third-place finish to show. 1 win in 36 lifetime starts. That came at Wilmington last year in 203-1. Last time out at Dayton was 5th.
Cruiser Canceled will leave from our second post position. Elliott Deaton will drive for Ryan Deaton. This is a 3-year-old filly by Yankee Cruiser out of a Pan's Pacific Flight mare, Flight Canceled. Most recently did actually have a scratch at Dayton, but just because of transportation. Before that was on quite a streak, so really looking to go 5 in a row today. Fastest win so far in our lines, I will say, came back at Dover on September 20th in 2 minutes and 3/5. Cruiser Canceled has won 9 of 29 this year.
And from the 3-hole, the leading 3-year-old filly pacer in the Ohio Fair Championship points, Rockin' Ray L. Hank Levan drives and trains. Lots of Levan's own, along with a Hefflinger. This is a Fear the Dragon filly out of Rock and Roll Hanover mare Rockonomics. 30 starts this year, 12 wins, 6 seconds, 2/3. Just an amazing season. It's really close to $50,000 in earnings. Out of her last 6 starts, has won 4 of them, and has a record taken at Miami Valley early this year in 154-4.
The number 4 is Fear My Grace. Austin Hanner drives for Brett Schwartz. This is a Fear the Dragon out of the Art Major mare Juliana Grace. Brett Schwartz and Racehorse Express and S. Harrington and B. Larrick are the owners. 19 starts this year, 3 wins, a second and 5/3, earnings over $21,000. 6 for 34 lifetime. Last time out, it was in the Buckeye Stallion Series Consolation, finished 5th, but was a winner 2 back at Dayton.
Our 5 horse is Frontier Dragon, trained by Steve Carter, driven by David Young II. She's a filly by Fear the Dragon out of a Real Desire mare. She has 15 board hits and 24 seasonal starts. Most recently at Coshocton, she had a 3rd place finish. Last win came back in McConnellsville in 201-1.
Rockin' Ginger and Dylan Fagan will start from the 6th hole for trainer Brett Schwartz. Brett also owns this Nob Hill High filly out of a World of Rock and Roll mare. 11 starts on the year, has not got a win yet, but has earned over $6,000.
And the number 7 is Lady Bridgerton. Jason Beatty drives for Brian Georges. This is a bit of a legend, and with 9 wins in 6 seconds in 20 starts this year. Last time out was in the Buckeye Stallion Series Championship. Finished 7th, a winner 2 back. Mike Wepkenberg starting gate has the field, and let's send it up to Doug Ballinger.
Has them all lined up and ready for a start. Here they come. Beer off and pacing fast out of the gate, Rockin' Royale. Cruiser canceled, comes out in second. Lady Bridgerton between horses third. ATI Beach Please, the inside fourth. Fear My Grace racing fifth to the outside. Rockin' Ginger is sixth as they head up the backside. The early trader, Frontier Dragon. Down the backside they go. They're going to settle in straight alignment. Follow the lead of Hank Levan and Rockin' Royale. Right there second is Cruiser canceled. Lady Bridgerton is third. Fear My Grace fourth. Racing fifth as they race around the turn. ATI Beach Please. Rockin' Ginger is sixth, and Frontier Dragon trails the field by the opening quarter. 31 1/5. On the 3/8 they go. Rockin' Royale has the lead by a length. Cruiser canceled is second. Passing the stands first time. Lady Bridgerton racing third. Here comes Austin Hanners and Fear My Grace on the outside. Now fourth and moving up and moving to the outside. Lady Bridgerton and Jason Beatty's on the leader's wheel. Rockin' Royale with the lead at the half. On the outside, Rockin' Ginger stacked up second over. Halfway home in 101 1/4. Down the backside they go. Rockin' Royale, the leader, will guide him to the 3/4. Lady Bridgerton on the outside second. Racing third, Cruiser canceled. A length back to Fear My Grace fourth. 3 back to Frontier Dragon. Another 2 to Rockin' Ginger. And ATI Beach Please can see them all. They're into the far turn. Rockin' Royale, the leader. Lady Bridgerton up the inside. Around the turn, Cruiser canceled. 3/4, 1:31 2 with an 1/8 of a mile to pace. Fear My Grace on the outside fourth. They're at the top of the stretch. They're off the turn. They're on their way home, and it's Rockin' Royale, the one to catch. Closing on the outside as they come to the wire. It's Cruiser canceled on the line. Rockin' Royale is almost there. Rockin' Royale will get there in time. Cruiser canceled second. Lady Bridgerton home third. The mile, 2 minutes, 1/5.
So we keep with the same
Yes.
layout. I don't know the word I'm looking for.
Go to the front. Go to the front.
Frank, we had 9 races
the same
yesterday.
Plan.
Yes.
Same plan. Get to the front and hang on.
We had 9 races yesterday. 8 of the 9 were wire-to-wire winners.
Well, make it 9 out of 10 now because that's exactly what Hank Levan did. Got to the lead with Rockin' Royale, never looked back. Got a little bit of a challenge down the lane, but not much.
I know, truly, with Lady Bridgerton leaving out of the 7 hole, so not the easiest post. She didn't have the easiest trip. I thought if any filly could do it in that group to not go wire to wire, I thought it would be her. She's a very tough filly. Frank, you introduced her. She was 7th in the Buckeye Stallion Series Championship, but she went in 150-2 with Calypso Pearl, who realistically is a Sire Stakes
horse. Yep, you're right.
And so, but I mean, still great effort by Rockin' Royale and Hank Levan. They get it done in 2 minutes and 1/5.
Nice start for the day. And you look at these, there's 4 fillies in here that are in the top 7 points. So we're going to probably see all 4 of these fillies.
See them in another week and a half.
Yep.
Another week and a half. MGM Northfield Park, the 19th, the Ohio Fair Championships. Looking forward to that. And races yesterday and today do not count to those points. So the standings are finalized. They are all set. Now it just comes down to who enters and who doesn't enter.
Exactly. I did get a call today about somebody that wondered about consolations. There's not any official Fair Championship consolations, but MGM Northfield Park does usually write some, so they don't count for Breeders' Awards and so forth, but they will be available.
The Association for 3-year-old filly pacers. This first division for $6,466. Here's the 3, Rockin' Royale. She's a 3-year-old bay filly by Fear the Dragon out of the Rock and Roll Hanover mare. Rockonomics, her 13th win of this season. She's owned by the Levan Stables of Woodstock, Levan Stables of Lewiston, and A. Hefflicker of Ashland, Ohio. Hank Levan trains and drives the winner, Rockin' Ray L. The mile, 2 minutes, 1/5. This race sponsored by the Pink Cricket Restaurant. Race officer official, number 1, ATI Beach, please. 6. Number 2, Cruiser canceled. 2. The 3, Rockin' Rayel, the winner. Number 4, Fear My Grace. 4. 5, Frontier Dragon. 5. Number 6, Rockin' Ginger. 7. And number 7, Lady Bridgerton, 3rd. The mile, 2 minutes, 1/5. Top down, 6, 2, 1. 4, 5, 7, 3 on the bottom. Fractional times, 31 and 1. 101 and 1, 131 and 2. Upcoming.
So there you have it, race 1 in the books. Today we do have 10 on tap for you. 2 divisions of 2-year-old filly and colt trots. 2 divisions of the 3-year-old filly pace. 3 divisions of the 3-year-old colt trots, and then our signature series pace today.
Got a couple changes in the second to let you know about. The 1, Flash of Fame, will be driven by Jason Beatty, and the 3, Poor Pop Wyatt, is scratched today.
All right, so there you go. We'll take a break, and when we come back, the first division for 3-year-old Colton Gelding trotters when we return to the Fairfield County Fairgrounds.
The first Fairfield County Fair in Lancaster, Ohio was held in 1851. The local agricultural society had been formed a year prior to promote the area's industry. Admission was just 25 cents, and cash premiums were awarded to best livestock and crop varieties. After a first successful year, the fair kept growing and introduced harness racing to their program. The first track was only a 1/3 mile long, but purses were large for the time. $50 went to the winner, $25 to second place, and $10 to the horse finishing 3rd. The racing program had exploded by the 1880s. A larger half-mile track was installed, along with a grandstand and gas lights in the infield. For the first time, both harness and foot races took place after sunset. Fairfield County has a distinction of being the only fair in the world where races were held successfully under gas lights. Today, the Fairfield County Fair is a member of the Ohio Colt Racing Circuit. They host 2 days of live-action harness racing as the last fair of the Ohio season.
Hi, I'm Dean Gillespie, and I want to tell you about the Ohio Colt Racing Association. There's 19 member fairs, and they sponsor the Partial Futurity in Greenville, Ohio. You need to race in the OCRA. Great racetracks, great people. Bring the kids and come out to the fair, and remember, fair time is fun time.
Well, we're trying to give Frank Frost a signal.
I can't even see. I can't see you.
Well, it works.
Well, the road mic does work, so
Yeah.
we're hoping to pick up some Winner's Circle interviews later on. But welcome back. Thanks for joining us for the final day of the Ohio County Fair racing season. Just a couple of housekeeping points we did not get to before the first race. Make sure, I'm going to say it one more time for good measure, head on over to harnessracingohio.com to see the entire program and follow along with us today. And remember, today you can turn in your passports if you happen to be in the grandstand or on the backside. Your fair passports, we are here. We can grab those for you. But if not, please get those turned in by the end of October. You can either you'll see us at Northfield Park the next couple of weekends, and then mail them right on into the office.
And don't forget, when you're missing the fairs badly, you can go back to Harness Racing Ohio and go to the archives, and you can see any fair that we did all summer long. In fact, you can go back a couple of years and watch. So if you miss going to Kenton, you can go look up Kenton and sit in your easy chair and rewatch it. So we are joined now by Roy James, one of our most ardent fans, I think. He's almost at every fair that we go to. He's makes the trek to all over the state. So welcome, Roy.
Thank you.
He is. What's your background in horse racing? How'd you get interested in this?
My brother was an owner back in the mid-'90s and raced at Cider Downs. And from there, we just kind of carried the tradition on and, just stayed involved in it. Even though he got out of it, we still stayed friends with a lot of people and just it's like a brotherhood, so.
Yeah. So you not only know the people in the grandstand, but you're really comfortable on the backstretch too.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a like you said, it is a brotherhood. You get knowing people. I had a couple people say that to me today on the backstretch. They said even as much they like to watch the races, but they like to talk to all their friends.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that is really good time. But I see you every place.
Yes, this has been a fantastic summer, and with this promotion you guys done to promote harness racing is a wonderful idea. So, and I've enjoyed it and met a lot of people along the way, you guys, and it's just great what you guys do for the sport. So, keep doing what you're doing.
We thank you for that. Yeah, I know that sometimes we didn't know each other before, but then we sit around and the passports are going, how many do you have? How many do you have? So I think for those of you who didn't get in on the passports, we've already been asked a number of times if we're going to do it again next year.
Yeah, right.
And I think that would be a great idea. What's one of your favorite, I don't want to narrow you down to one, but what are a couple of your favorite fairs to go to and watch?
Mount Vernon stuck out to me because that was the first time I went there. Naturally, Delaware is at top of the list. But up my way, that Hendry County Fair, Napoleon. Wasion was nice. I just like the old grandstands, and just like here today, the scenery, it's just beautiful. So it was a beautiful drive down here today, and that's just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
So you are from Tiffin, the Tiffin area.
Right.
You travel a lot. You're traveling just as many miles as we are because it's not close to Lancaster in any capacity. Why all the fairs, Roy?
I'm retired, and when you guys put this out here, I just thought it'd be a great thing to do and see Ohio. And I've got to see some beautiful places in this state, and some little diners, along the way, mom and pop shops. It's been fantastic. So I've enjoyed the summer doing this, and I thank you guys for doing it. So.
And we sat at Delaware, and I sat and I looked across the track, and I saw you sitting in your seats. You told me, how long have you had those seats at Delaware?
Since 1970.
Wow. Isn't that amazing?
This past year was 54 years, so.
Same place.
Same place.
Same place.
Same place.
That was a tradition that you had with your dad?
With my dad, my uncle, and my brother. So.
That's to come. That's really, to come that many years and just enjoy the racing so much. That's just so great.
A lot of memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you get to a fair this year that you had never been before?
It was a couple. Crawford County, Bucyrus.
Did you say Mount Vernon was that your first time at Mount Vernon?
Mount Vernon was the first one. So, okay. And then there were Wasion was and Salina.
Oh, okay.
So I told Doug I was going to get over his way to see his fair. And Bell Fountain.
Oh, you went to a lot of new ones then.
Yeah.
You wanted those stickers in your passport, didn't you?
Did you count your stickers before you turned in your passport? Do you know how many you have?
Roughly.
Or are we keeping that under wraps just in case you're the winner?
No, I don't want to jinx it, so.
Well, that's really cool. I think like you said, the passport, it did encourage people to come.
Right.
Maybe they wouldn't have come to as many without it, but one guy asked me today if it was going to be a car. I said, the grand prize isn't going to be that good, but maybe close. So let's join the post parade.
For the second race, Ohio Colt Racing Association. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot, first division for $4,390. These are the horses. Number 1, Flash of Fame, the driver, Jason Beatty. Number 2, Fleur's Fire, Dale McVeigh drives. 3 is Scratch. Number 4, Block Island Sound with Alex Hawk. 5, Country Jet, Melvin Schmucker driving. And number 6, Grover Hill, Austin Hanners in the sulky.
Well, we will get right into introducing our field. We are scratched down to just 5 horses now for our first division of 3-year-old Colt Trotters, a purse of $4,390. On the rail, we have Flash of Fame, Jason Beatty now in the bike for Roger Hughes Jr. Hughes does own, or co-own, I should say, Flash of Fame alongside Wayne Miller of Sugar Creek, Ohio. He is a 3-year-old gelding by Uncle Peter, coming right off of a win at Dayton for their fair stakes. He won his mile at Dayton, won 58-3 final quarter and 30-1. He has hit the board 10 of 21 starts this season to make almost $28,000.
Fleur's Fire from the 2-hole with Dale McVeigh up for trainer Sandy Beatty, owners Shelley Smith, and Horseplay Racing Stable. This is an Enterprise colt out of a Muscle Hill mare. 8 starts this year, has not been finished first or second, has back at Scioto and a non-winners of 2, did trot in 59-3, and has a 56-4 best beaten time also at Scioto, but just hasn't hit the winner's circle. Horse did have 2 wins last year. The fastest of those was 2-9 at Lima.
Our 4 horse is Block Island Sound. Mike Sowers does train and own this 3-year-old gelding by Long Tom out of a Conway Hall mare. Alex Hawk will now be in the bike. Most recently has started Dayton in the Fair Stakes. He tried to put up a really good mile, ended up getting a little tired at the end, ended up 5th, 159-3. However, do want to mention his last win came back at Woodsfield, wire to wire in 202 flat. He has 2 wins and 14 seasonal starts.
Country Jet and Melvin Schmucker from the outside, the 5-hole. Melvin is the trainer for Yacht Club 140 from Delray Beach, Florida. This is a What the Hill colt out of an Inquirer mare, Just Asking. 23 starts on the year, 3 wins. Most recent win was a non-winners of 1 at Scioto in 57-4, and that is his lifetime mark. Country Jet is sitting 17th in the Fair Championship points.
Rounding out the field and starting from the second tier, we have our 6 horse, Grover Hill and Austin Hanners. Tyler Bates is the trainer for Sean McGee of Swanton, Ohio. This is a gelding by What the Hill out of a striking Sabra mare, Hurricane Hazel.
So the horses are getting ready to go to the gate. We want to thank you, Roy, for all summer long. It's been an enjoyable conversations with you a lot. Thank you for your dedication to harness racing, and we'll probably see you this winter someplace at a track, right?
I'm sure. Probably
Okay.
Dayton.
We'll see you at Dayton. Okay. Thank you, and let's turn it over to Doug Ballinger for the call of the second race.
$4,398, sponsored by Pizza Kitchen, are all in behind the Mike Wepkenberg starting gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. Big rough and trotting, that's Flash of Fame going for the lead. Country Jet on the outside second. Grover Hill racing third on the inside. Block Island Sound fourth, and Fleur's Fire after the break behind the gate at the start trails the field. On over to the opening 8 they go. Flash of Fame shows the way for Jason Beatty. Right there second is Country Jet racing third. Grover Hill. Block Island Sound off stride fourth, and trailing the field. Fleur's Fire straight alignment going to the opening quarter. Flash of Fame has the lead. Country Jet getting that 2-hole trip with Grover Hill behind those 2 leaders in third by the opening quarter, and 30 3/5. Block Island Sound racing on the inside as they race around the turn. Fleur's Fire can see them all in the lane first time, coming on over to the halfway point. Top of the field and showing away as they race on over to the halfway point. That's Flash of Fame. Second is Country Jet. Third, Grover Hill. Big gap to Block Island Sound, and Fleur's Fire trails the field. Halfway home on the front end. Flash of Fame has the lead and will guide him into the turn. Country Jet is second. Halfway home, 101 and 1. Grover Hill trotting third. Racing fourth, Block Island Sound. Fleur's Fire trails the field. Off stride is Flash of Fame. Off stride is Grover Hill. On the outside, Country Jet has grabbed the lead and opens up with each and every stride. Loose on the front end, Country Jet and Melvin Schmucker. Flash of Fame is second. Third, Grover Hill. Fourth, Block Island Sound. Fifth, Fleur's Fire. At the 3/4, 132 and 4. Around the far turn, Country Jet the leader. Off stride, Flash of Fame. Moving through Grover Hill. Off stride, Block Island Sound. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. No doubt about this, and it's Country Jet. Oh, Country Jet and Melvin Schmucker. Second to 6, Grover Hill. Third to 1, Flash of Fame. 2:03 3/5.
Well, Susan, that race went a little bit differently than we definitely expected it to. Flash of Fame makes a couple of hard breaks. Look, and he's actually back on a break.
Huh. Yeah, that's you look by. I mean, he has a few breaks in his lines, but not very many. Kind of unusual for that horse. Unusual for a field of 3-year-old trotters to be stretched out that much. You know, you think about that maybe with the 2-year-olds, but kind of unusual.
Really nice effort, though. Melvin Schmucker and Country Jet. He was with him the entire mile and truly minded his manners.
You talk about a horse that likes to finish second. That's Country Jet. He's got 8 seconds on the year, so 3 wins, now 4 wins, 8 seconds and 2/3. So really a nice season for Country Jet. This pushes his earnings up to about $31,000. Does have a record of 57 and 4 at Scioto Downs.
Country Jet is owned by Yacht Club 140 LLC at Delray Beach, Florida. I'm not sure exactly where that's located, but regardless, I know we have lots of listeners from Florida all the time. So thinking of everybody down there after the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been a rough time. We did hear from David Myrick, who is one of our most faithful listeners and watchers, and he said that he was safe. He was everything went around him, so that is good. Talking about weather, Bob and Anne Marie said that it has snowed at Lancaster Fair in the past. So I imagine it could. But Darryl said, I know this has nothing to do with harness racing, but don't forget the Circleville Pumpkin Show next week.
Blackhole Racing Association 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Trot First Division for $4,390, sponsored by Pizza Kitchen. Here's the 5, Country Jet. 3-year-old Bay-Goated son of Watt the Hill out of the Inquirer mare, Just Asking. 4th of the season for Country Jet. Home by the Yacht Club, 140 of Delray Beach, Florida. Melvin Schmucker trains and drives, 2:03 3/5. This race sponsored by Pizza Kitchen.
Gonna wait for that official rundown, but I do have them across the wire. 5, 6, 1, 4.
Results are official. Number 1, Flash of Fame, 3. The 2, Fleur's Fire, 5. 3 was Scratch, 4, Block Island Sound, 4. 5, Country Jet, the winner, 6, Grover Hill, 2. 2:03 3/5, top down, 3-5, Scratch, 4-1-2. Fractional times, 30 and 3/5, 101 and 3, 132 and 4. Third race is coming up next. Jason Beatty to drive the 1 lead singer.
So they are just a quick change going into our third race. It will be a field of 5 for the first division of 2-year-old filly trotters. Jason Beatty will now drive our 1-horse lead singer. Susan and I will go ahead and we will introduce the field after a couple of messages from our sponsors.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. I am down here with our conductor of the Adelphi Band, Colin, and our historian, Jeff. So I'm going to start with Jeff first to find out, how long have you guys been doing this here?
Well, we've been to Fairfield County Fair since at least 1950 that we know of. There may be other records, but we have about 3,000 documents in our library, at least 1950.
What makes it so special to come back year after year?
Well, it's a great place to be. You guys have put so much work into the grandstand. It's very comfortable for the audience. This is very comfortable for us. You can't beat the view from the fairgrounds. And this is just a great place to be. Harness racing, we play harness races for several of the counties. It's a good time for us to get together and we can socialize a little bit between races and play the music we like.
Well, good. Well, Colin, how much effort does it take to get these guys to perform as well as they do?
Not that much. I mean, these guys, this band is a pretty elite band. You know, we're pretty selective about our membership, and we practice maybe 5-6 times a year. We sit down. We have got a catalog of thousands of songs, but really like 80 that we're generally rotating through within a year. And so, makes my job pretty easy.
No, wait, you practice only 5 or 6 times a year, not a month?
Yep.
And sound that good?
Oh yeah.
You got some great musicians.
Yeah. They're really great, and it's a big band where that's pretty free. So if people ever want to join it, there's you can come to 2 performances a year. We play about 10 or 11, and you can come to 2 a year, and you're a member of the band. Like you sit down, you play. We put out playlists beforehand through email and stuff like that, and it's pretty casual and easy to do. So,
well, if you're out here at the fairgrounds, enjoy some music from the Adelphi Band. Back up to you guys.
How fun.
That was fun.
I would never tell Frank this because he would hold it against me, but I was a band nerd.
Were you?
All through school. I played 4 instruments at one time. So.
All at one time?
Pretty much. I mean.
That's impressive.
That is.
That's what I did through. I was well, again, Frank holds it against me.
What are the 4 instruments?
I played the trumpet. I marched the trumpet. I was in the marching band. Don't hold it against me. I played the baritone. I played the sousaphone or the tuba, and I also played piano. I don't know if I could do it anymore. I dropped it when I went into college. I could probably still read music.
Yeah, you could probably pick it up really quickly.
It's been a few years.
Well, he just said that they're accepting new people in the Adelphi band, so you could just go
Susan,
right in.
This is a little bit of a haul for me. I'm
it's just a little drive.
Not sure if I would make it to any practices a year, but very cool. I mean, really interesting that they just connect that well and can produce such nice music, and really they're just good musicians themselves, and they can just show up and get the job done.
Right, but that's 70 years that they know of that the band has been together and doing this. We have these at a couple of county fairs that we go to, and it's just so much fun to hear these guys and to enjoy the band music. It's just it's old-fashioned. Oh, looking for.
Oh, I think I put your headset on. Sorry.
That was fun.
You think it's a community band?
Mm-hmm.
They come from all over the states to play.
Really?
Susan, don't look at me like that.
We're just trying to talk Ashley into revamping her
Yeah,
music.
she said where she lives is too far to come play.
One of the gentlemen is from Pigeon Forge. Tomorrow or next weekend they play the Pumpkin Festival in Circleville.
Okay.
They've got a gentleman who's been with them for 75 years who will be there from Chicago.
How amazing.
Just south of Chicago.
Wow.
They only practice 5-6 times a year. That was amazing.
That is.
What instrument did you play, Ashley?
Pick one. I had 4.
Wow.
I know. I was very intelligent at one time in my life, and then I came to work with for OHHA, and it all went down the drain.
Oh.
I can't join the band. Frank works me too much.
Oh, listen.
Yeah, you are pretty busy during the races. So it's not going to work.
That was a cool interview, though. That was fun, and it looks like they both the guys you talked to are very proud of.
It looks like they just have fun. It's
yeah.
I don't know about having anybody come join the band, but I should join. That way I could say I was in the band.
In the band. Oh, that was nice. We're going to try and bring you a lot of interviews today, so you just kind of get the feel of what it's like to be here.
There's so much life at any county fair you go to, right? We see a very small portion of it, realistically.
What's always fun here, especially they're on the backside, and they are people got their chairs out there and their blankets, and they're sitting there just watching watching the races from the backside and just enjoying the day.
When I had first parked and was walking through the backside to get over to the grandstand, I love how their backside still is a hub of the entire fairgrounds. There's still a lot of movement, a lot of people back and forth versus I think of where I grew up, in Urbana, and it's kind of just the horsemen.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really cool that just anybody and everybody can be over there seeing the horses too.
Philly Trot, this first division for $6,356, sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings, a field of 5. These are the horses. Number 1 is Lead Singer, the driver Jason Beatty. Number 2, Plucky Pammy T, Austin Hanners drives. 3, Say We with Jeff Nicesonger. Number 4, Caliel, the driver Hank Levan. Rounding out the field, here's the 5, Just a Classic, Ed Greeno Jr. in the sulky.
So there you go, the introduction to the field of 5, this first division of 2-year-old filly trotters, a nice purse, $6,356 on the rail. We have Lead Singer Jason Beatty back in the bike for trainer Roger Hughes Jr. Hughes co-owns this 2-year-old filly by Uncle Peter alongside Run Farm, out of Ohio. She has had 9 starts on the year and has recently really been starting to figure it out. Now, she hasn't started for over a month. Her last start came back at Kenton on September 4th, but she's had 3 third-place finishes in a row, so she's figuring it out and knocking on the door. Lead Singer has made $6,200 so far.
Plucky Pammy T, Austin Hanners will drive for trainer Brett Schwartz. Brett, along with W. Bean, Dylan Fagan, and Racehorse Express all own this filly. She's a long time out of a Southwind, Ilian Mare, Meadowbrook, Sheila. 13 starts on the year, 2 wins. The last win was at Washington Courthouse, which is Plucky Pammy T's home track. And that was in 2-9 and 3. Also won in 2-8 at Hilliard. But also has 2 seconds and 3 thirds, so earnings of over $14,000.
Say We will lead from the 3rd post position. Jeff Nicesonger and Mark Winters are teaming up for this one. She was bred and is still currently owned by Junior Stable LLP out of Orion, Ohio. She is a filly by Marseille out of WD's Jasmine. She's hit the board 12 of 14 tries this season, most recently up at Northfield just a handful of days ago. She did end up 6th in the Buckeye Stallion Series Consolation, but still went her mile in 1:58.4. Her last win came back at Salina in 2:06.2.
Callie L. and Hank Levan from the 4-hole. Hank is the trainer. Levans, Perry and Perry are the owners of this What the Hill filly. She's out of a Claudius Augustus mare, Sandy Song. 18 starts on the year, 1 win. That was at Lima in 2, 4, and 3. Has 5 seconds and 5 thirds.
And then rounding out the field in our 5th post position is just a classic. Ed Greeno Jr. trains and drives this filly by Enterprise. She is owned by E.G. Trott out of Findlay and Thomas Adams out of Findlay as well. She has had 4 wins on the year and 13 seasonal starts. Her last win did not come that long ago, just 2 back at Dover. She went wire to wire in 2:03.4. Should mention right before that, she went in 2 minutes and 4/5. $16,000 on the year for just a classic.
We've got 3 of these fillies that could fit in one of the consolations for the Fair Championship. Plucky Pammy T is 21st, Say We is 19th, and Just a Classic is 13th. Now, as we talked about, the consolations for the Fair Championship are not what I'm going to call official consolations, but they are something that Northfield Park does. Dave Bianconi writes those consolations. They're like overnights, but you have had to be racing in the fairs to get in them. Always a really nice thing because we only have the 1 championship, so it only takes the top number of horses.
Our fair finals do go for $50,000. Do we know what our consolations roughly go for?
Last year, I think they were 17.5 and 12.5, if I remember right, so still a very nice purse.
Especially for these fair horses, right?
Yes.
It depends on how many divisions we split every single fair, but there's still money to be made.
Yeah. Let's turn it over to Doug Ballinger for the call of this, the 2-year-old filly trot.
For $6,356, sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. We're all in behind the Wepkenberg starting gate. Here they come. I'll stride to 4, Callie L. They're off then trotting. Say We goes right out for the lead for Jeff Nysonger. Philly Trotters moving to the turn. Just a Classic comes out in second. Plucky Pammy T racing third, racing fourth. The lead singer and trailing a field. Callie L down the backside going to the opening quarter. Say We, the 2-year-old Bay Philip of Marseille, looking for her 4th of the season, leads the way by a length over Just a Classic, who leads Plucky Pammy T by a length. Racing fourth is lead singer. Behind those 3 leaders and trailing the field is Callie L. Straight alignment going to the opening quarter. Say We shows the way. Just a Classic getting that 2-hole trip. Racing third, Plucky Pammy T as he races around the turn. Lead singer is 4th and trailing the field Callie L through an opening quarter in 34 2/5. Round the turn, coming on over to the 3/8 mark. Out and on the move to the outside. Callie L now 5th and moving up on the outside. The leaders Say We at the half. Just a Classic is 2nd on the outside. Callie L now 3rd. Plucky Pammy T 4th. Lead singer will come to the outside and pick up the cover of Callie L. 3 in, 2 out as they race into the turn. Say We has the lead. Halfway home in 106 4/5 down the backside. Say We will guide the Philly Trotters to the 3/4. Callie L on the outside 2nd. Just a Classic up the inside 3rd. 4th is lead singer trailing Plucky Pammy T. They near 3/4. Say We has got every call. Nysonger trying to take them all the way. On the outside is Callie L. Just a Classic will need room on the inside. She's 3rd. Lead singer is 4th. And your trailers Plucky Pammy T. They're off 3/4. 1:37.4. They come to the top of the stretch with an 1/8 of a mile to trot. Say We turns for home, leading the Philly Trotters by 2. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Just a Classic on the outside is coming after Say We. Say We needs the line. Here comes Just a Classic on the outside. Battling back Say We. They hit the line together. Either Say We or Just a Classic. The mile 2:07 and 2.
Picked up quite a bit of speed on that back half. Originally, we got to the half in 1:06 and 4/5. Finished the mile in 2:07 and 2.
Nice finish and an exciting finish for the crowd. The crowd was really yelling about that one. So it was a great race. We, though, stayed in front. Another wire-to-wire
Winner. I really thought we were going to have, though, just a classic pop the pocket and get it done. Say Doug originally called it a photo, but where we're sitting, I'm pretty much right on the line, and you can tell.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was looking at the wheels. I really wasn't looking at the horse or the nose, but I was looking at the wheels, and Plucky Pammy was, or Just a Classic was back a wheel, half a wheel.
I got to talk to Jeff a little bit before the races. What a sharp guy he is. I mean, just as a trainer and horseman, and we were kind of talking about babies and sales and stuff. It came up yesterday. We were talking about, whether he broke his own or not. And confirmed he definitely does. And he also breaks for other people. He said he's already done about 15 of them this year down there at Lebanon. So
wow.
Yeah.
Where does he find the time to do it?
I don't know, but he said he's a few babies away still from kind of being ready to head south to Hawkinsville, but it's kind of winding down.
I would imagine he'll stay for the championships.
Oh, yeah. He said sometime late November probably.
Okay.
2-year-old filly trot, Ohio Colt Racing Association for $6,356. Sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. Number 3, Say We. She's a 2-year-old bay filly by Marseille out of the Dilbert Hanover mare. DW's Jasmine. She picks up her 4th win of the season. She's owned by the JR Stable of Orion, Ohio. She's trained by Mark Winters, and she's driven to victory by Jeff Nysonger. The mile 2:07 2/5. Results are official number 1 lead singer for number 2 Plucky Pammy T. 5-3 Say We, the winner. Number 4 Callie L. 3-5 Just a Classic.
Hopefully they
2.
throw it to me.
2:07.
Yeah, let's just throw it to him.
Hopefully they throw it.
Top down 4-5-1-3.
However, Jeff Nysonger, Jeff, plan is get to the lead and stay there.
That's right. That's how it always is.
You really had to work coming down the stretch, though, didn't you?
Yeah, she don't like to try too hard, so I knew I was going to have to try harder than her.
Well, good. Congratulations.
Jeff Nysonger, that's always a plan. If that does not fit Jeff Nysonger, I don't know what does.
Absolutely. And like we said, just a good guy. I've talked about this before, but one day he gave my grandson a set of his driving glasses. He took them off him as he was coming by, took them off and handed them to Wesley. You would have thought Wesley got the crown jewels. I mean, he lived in those glasses for about a week. I mean, he wouldn't even take them off to go to bed. So he wore them to school. I mean, and what an impact that made on a little kid to have a driver do something like that. So.
And, the amount of horses that he sits behind and training and driving, if a trainer is fortunate enough to get him at the fairs to drive one, when he gets off the bike, you listen to whatever a guy like Jeff Nysonger has to say. If there's something that can be corrected, I mean, he'll find it.
Yeah, absolutely. Good guy. We'll give the rundown to you because I don't quite know where we were in that rundown, but from the top down, lead singer was 4th, Plucky Pammy T was 5th, Say We, your winner, Callie L 3rd, and Just a Classic 2nd. Mile in 2:07 and 2, and like you said, Ashley, off a half in 6 and 4, so really nice last half. So let's take a short break for a commercial, and then we'll be right back.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, racehorses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries are now open.
Here is our photo to win from the third race.
Close.
See it on there?
We
Oh,
can
yeah.
see it. It's our 3-horse over our, I just flipped my page. Who was our second place?
5, just a classic. Yep.
Yeah.
I would call that a head, I guess.
A head?
Yeah.
See it?
It's between a head and a nose.
We always, Jim Ashman, who we talked to on the air yesterday, brought that down for us. It's always kind of neat for him to bring those to us, and he has to take them over to the judges. He's on his way over there now with another copy. And
Should probably get Jim to autograph it. We could sell it.
We could sell it, raffle it off at the banquet.
I was hoping to get Mark Winters, the trainer of Say We, but Mark didn't come to help Jeff out. But it was funny because, an interview with Mark Winters is like finding the leprechaun pot of gold at St. Patrick's Day. Very, very, very rare to get. And as I was coming back across the track, he was warming up a horse, and he just kind of looked at me. I said, I was hoping to interview you, and he just started laughing.
Yeah. Mark is a man of few words.
Very few.
and that combination of Mark Winters and Jeff Neisonger has been so good.
Yep.
It just seemed to click.
They work together trying to get, when they go to buy horses at auctions, they talk about, which ones, who likes which ones and that. So
Where does Mark Winters train out of?
he is down in
Washington
Courthouse.
He is in, that's what I thought he was in Courthouse,
Yep.
and of course Jeff is in Lebanon. So not really the same area, but kind of the same part of Ohio, I guess you could say.
Mark's in that when you're in the grandstand, that barn all the way in the far right corner of where all the barns are.
Susan, after the races yesterday, I went and I had a jawbreaker.
You did?
I had one today. I had a Jimmy's jawbreaker today.
Did
Yep,
you?
that's what I went with. Yep.
Did you love it?
It was very good. I will say, we talked about the fries. I got fries too. Not as good.
Oh, okay.
Not as good. The burger was better.
But you know what? $2 for a regular drink. $2, and it's a lemonade about that big.
Oh.
You can't beat that at any fair. That gets 5 horseshoes just for the price. Golden horseshoes just for the price. $2. I mean, a bottle of water some places are $3.
Did you take a picture and do your
No, I should have, though,
FFF
but
report?
I didn't do one
You ate it
today.
too fast,
I
didn't
did
you?
eat it too fast. I was hungry.
So we do need the pink cricket report from Matt.
It's
go,
a very
Clark.
small local place that I don't think most people would know about or look for, but it was fantastic.
It was.
Yeah, the pizza's a little pricey. It was about $20, 18 and change for a medium
Ooh.
2-topping pizza, but it's very, very good.
Very good.
It's like, I think they call it tavern style, where the sauce is a little bit sweet and they cut it into squares instead of slices. But I was a big fan. I thank Brad Conrad for introducing me to that. For sure. That'll be an annual tradition from now on.
That's what he says. That's what they do.
How busy are you guys after this? Are we going to go later?
I'm
Pink
good.
Cricket. Yeah, we should go. We got to make,
Celebrate the last day.
The
last day at Pink Cricket.
I've gotten good news from Florida, so, hey, I'm open for right now.
That is great. Brad Conrad did say in his youth he spent a lot of time at the Pink Pit.
Yeah, I can see how that can happen. It's a pretty cool place to watch a football game or something like that.
Did you get to watch the rest of your baseball game?
I did. I watched the Tigers win yesterday. Sorry, Cleveland fans. I've told a lot of people this is the time of year I'm normally a Cleveland fan because the Tigers are never in it. So I have to have somebody to root for. But now, yeah, Tigers won again last night.
And they're playing again tonight?
Yep, 6 o'clock.
6
so
o'clock.
I'll have that on the radio on the way home.
That is
in
cool.
Detroit tonight, too,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Siding game, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And if it goes to Saturday, I think Tariq Skubal might be ready to go by
You know
then,
what? I'm
so.
sorry. Bring him back on one day's
That's what
rest
I'm
the way
thinking.
he's
Just
been
let him
throwing.
finish it out.
Yep. Yeah, he, all of a sudden the Tiger pitching is shutting down the Guardians hitters, and, that's what it takes.
Frank, remind me, didn't you do some commentary for baseball?
23 years of play-by-play for Ohio State baseball.
23 years. And now look what you're doing.
Yep. It's fun to see
Play-by-play.
guys like, it's fun to see guys that I know and through the program and guys I used to, games they cover, be in the bigs and, get to know those guys like Nick Swisher, J.B. Shuck, and right now Doug DeZenzo. You got Dylan Dingler, who's catching for the Tigers now, who's up on the playoff roster, and some guys like that
So
know.
guys that you know
Yep,
from
that
those days.
They do well, and it's always
That's kind of
great
my
to see
thing
it.
with the Tigers. Like I do some Mud Hens games, and I'm 5 minutes from the ballpark, so I can go down there and watch a lot of games. And last year, I would say about 6 guys on this roster were active Mud Hens.
Oh,
and now
wow.
all of a sudden we're, looking pretty good in the playoffs,
Yeah.
playing good. So for very little money, which is the amazing thing.
That's the
playing
secret.
money
Yep.
ball up there, I guess.
That is the secret.
It's just sort of a perfect day right here, though, isn't it? It's just
It sure is.
It's just we've
We've
got
got Frisch's big boy down
a
there.
big boy.
I wonder if Frisch's big boy talks. We may have to go and interview Frisch's big boy.
Looks like he has a handler. Does he have a handler?
Oh, they all have handlers. When you get to be as famous as he is,
Well, then it's a bodyguard, right?
Exactly.
It's not really a handler. It's a Yeah, you'll see. I wonder if he plays a trumpet or something.
Well,
Maybe
he's a
he came
star.
from
He
the band.
starred in Austin Powers movies. I'm going to go down and try to get an interview with Frisch's big boy.
On that note, it looks like we are going to roll it on over to Doug Ballinger. Here's our post-parade of the 4th race. First division of 2-year-old Colt Trot.
Paco Racing Association, 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Trot, first division for $6,436. Sponsored by Larry Tipton Restaurants. These are the horse number 1, Long Lucky Road. The driver's Tim Deaton. Austin Henners driving to 2, sneak past him. Here's the 3, Dublin's Date Night, Cody Greeno. Rounding out the field, number 4, 90 Proof, Jeff Nicesonger in the sulky. Win place show accept.
Well, Susan, we have shorter fields than we did yesterday. We'll go right on in it. Again, another nice purse, $6,346 on the rail. We have Long Rocky Road, Tim Deaton in the bike for Tammy Hartman. Actually, Tammy's daughter, Katie, is our outrider today on her horse Gus. We did see Katie yesterday. But going back to Long Rocky Road, he is a 2-year-old gelding by Long Tom out of a Chip Hooray mare, Shelby County. Long Rocky Road is owned by Ronald Jacobs of Circleville, Ohio. He's hit the board 5 of 9 tries this year and has notched 3 wins at that. Most notably, he did have a second-place finish in a Buckeye Stallion Series back in mid-August at Scioto Downs. Went that mile in 1:58.4. The start before that BSS at Urbana, he was a wire-to-wire winner in 2:03 3/5. And if I remember correctly, that was in some pretty nasty, sloppy mud. Long Rocky Road has made almost $15,000 this year.
Sneak past him and Austin Hanners from the 2-hole for trainer-owner Jessica Smith. She's from Xenia, Ohio. This is a Marseille colt out of a Donato Hanover mare, Sneaker Hanover. 17 starts on the year, 1 win. That win was at Wilmington in 2-5-1. But 2 back at Delaware raced really well in the Buckeye Stallion Series there at Delaware. Finished 3rd, back by just 6 lengths, and trotted in 1:59.3.
Dublin's Date Night is our 3-horse. Cody Greeno in the bike for Ed Greeno Jr. E.G. Trot of Findlay does own this 2-year-old gelding by Enterprise. Just 3 starts back. He was 2nd at Dover in 2:04.4. He's had 16 starts on the year, 1 win, 4 seconds, and 3 third-place finishes.
90 Proof and Jeff Neishunger from the 4-hole for trainer Mark Winters. Mark also co-owns this horse with the breeder, R. Dean Davis Stable. This is an Uncle Peter filly out of a Jailhouse Jesse Mayer. Big Girl Pants. 16 starts on the year, has not got a win yet, but does have 6 seconds and 4/3 earnings of almost $14,000.
From the rail out, we have Long Rocky Road. Sneak past them, Dublin's Date Night, and 90 Proof. Here is Doug Ballinger with a call of the 4th.
Start, and here they come. Up and trotting, 90 Proof goes right out to the front. Sneak past him, comes out in second. Dublin's Day Night 3rd. Long Rocky Road from the inside trails the field as they race around the turn. 90 Proof shows the way as they head up the backside. Right there, second. Sneak past them, 3rd. Long Rocky Road and Dublin's Date Night, the trader front to back, separated by 5 to 6 lengths. They're in straight alignment. 90 Proof and Neishunger on the front end. Sneak past them and Henners getting that 2-hole trip. Tim Deaton and Long Rocky Road 3rd, and Cody Greeno and Dublin's Date Night, your traders 4th. Still in straight alignment as he trot into the turn by the quarter. 90 Proof has the lead. Sneak past them is next. Long Rocky Road 3rd. Dublin's Date Night trails the field. 33 1/5 for the opening split by 3 lengths now. 90 Proof will bring him into the lane for the first time and come to the half. Long Rocky Road 2nd. 3rd. Dublin's Date Night racing 4th and trailing the field. Sneak past them. They're halfway home and they're all chasing 90 Proof to the half. Long Rocky Road getting that 2-hole trip. 3rd. Dublin's Date Night. 4th is Sneak past them. They're halfway home and moving to the outside. Here comes Sneak past them. Austin Henners now 4th and moving up on the outside at the half in 1:05 4/5 to the 5/8 they trot. 90 Proof will guide him to the backside. Long Rocky Road right there 2nd on the outside. Sneak past them is 3rd to the inside. Dublin's Date Night 4th. Out comes Long Rocky Road on the outside. The battle's on the front end. Long Rocky Road up on the outside. 90 Proof on the inside. They're stride for stride into the far turn. Sneak past them on the outside 3rd. Dublin's Date Night 4th. At the 3/4, 1:37 4 with an 1/8 of a mile to trot. Long Rocky Road is your leader. 90 Proof jumps it off. They're off the turn. They're on their way home through the lane. On the outside, Long Rocky Road closing on the far outside. Sneak past them is coming after Long Rocky Road. Long Rocky Road will get there in time. Sneak past him is 2nd. 90 Proof 3rd. Dublin's Date Night will finish 4th. The mile 2:07 4/5.
So Long Rocky Road and Tim Deaton winning that in 2:07 4. His 4th win out of the year out of just 10 starts. Pushes earnings up to about $18,000.
Susan, we are seeing a lot of our trotters, our boy trotters, make breaks today.
Yes, yes. Unofficially 1, 2, 4, 3. Yeah, quite a few of them making breaks, and we saw the other division, or the one division of 3-year-olds. Let's go down to Frank Fraz. He's down there with somebody.
To meet when you're walking around these fairgrounds, and I've met the big boy from Frisch's. Now, is it true you eat hamburgers every day? Is your hamburger the best hamburger out there? Now the real question is, since your fame appearing in the Austin Powers movie, has your head grown any bigger than it already is? Oh, just a little bit. Okay. Now, what about now? I heard there was an alien at one of the Frisch's in Third Rock from the Sun. Is that true or not? Oh, you're not sure, huh? Okay, so it wasn't you flying through the air at the Frisch's Big Boy, was it? No. Now, I do see you giving kids a lot of hugs around here. You really like the kids, don't you? Okay, we're going to let Frisch's Big Boy get back to what he does best, and that's hugging kids. Back up to you.
Oh, Frank's just roaming around finding all sorts of interesting people.
Oh, man.
Making his way into the winner's circle. Winner of the fourth race, Ohio Colt Racing Association. 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Trot, this first division for $6,346, sponsored by Larry Tipton Restaurants. Here's number 1, Long Rocky Road. 2-year-old Big Gilda, son of a Long Tom, out of the Chipperay Mare. Shelby County, fourth of the season in 10 tries for Long Rocky Road. Over Ronald Jacobs, Circleville, Ohio. Tammy Hartman trains. Tim Deaton in the sulky. The mile 2:07 for fifths. Long Rocky Road. Tim Deaton take the first division. 2-year-old Colt Trot. Sponsored by Larry Tipton Restaurants.
All I know is only I could go from interviewing the governor 1 month to interviewing Frisch's Big Boy the next.
Absolutely.
490 proof 3. 2:07 4 fifths. Top down 1, 2, 4. 3 on the bottom. Quarter 33 and 1. Half 105 and 4. And 3/4 137 and 4.
So there we go, official for our fourth race. Our top down, we go Long Rocky Road. Our winners sneak past them. Second, Dublin's Date Night. Fourth and 90 proof third, 2:07 and 4 fifths. With that, we are now going to flip the page, headed next into our fifth race, the second division of 3-year-old Colt Trotters. Once again, a purse of $4,390. A field of 5. The 3 of us will introduce after a few messages from our sponsors.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Volstead, Coach K. Hanover, Slay, Ohio's top trotters stand at Dublin Valley Farms. Volstead's offspring include Sugar Instead, the 2023 Ohio 2-year-old Trotting Filly of the Year, and 2024 Ohio Sire Stakes winner Jurassic Hattie. Coach K. Hanover, the son of world record holder Walner, and Slay, the son of Chapter 7, standing his first season at Dublin Valley Farms. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
I see that both of you have shorts on today. I think you're very brave for that. I have two jackets on.
Yeah, I made the mistake when I left the office, walked out and said, it's going to be nice down here. And it is if you're out in the sun. But the minute you get up into the shade and that wind's whipping in, it gets a little chilly.
If it would have been appropriate for work, I was going to wear sweatpants. I am chilly. I was chilly yesterday.
Is this a good time? All right. We are joined right now by Cheryl Ricketts. Get her to put her headset on. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, I'm delighted to be here.
Cheryl is our superintendent of speed here at Lancaster. You had this job how long now?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is my second year this time around. I did it one other time, and then I was trained by my dad, who was speed superintendent for 20 plus years here.
Oh, gosh.
So our family has a rich history.
Yes, it does.
In the speed program. Yeah.
And we noticed that there is a Ricketts pace today.
Yes, that's in honor of my father.
Of your dad. Oh,
yeah.
How wonderful that is.
Yes.
That's wonderful. You guys put on a great fair. You do everything so nicely. I'm especially always glad when I see you have somebody at every opening of the track to make sure that nobody goes out onto the track, and that's such an important thing during the races when the horses are warming up and everything, to be safe.
Absolutely. One of the things that we focus on here at the fair is having people have a fabulous time, and that involves safety as well. One of the reasons that we added outriders this year was to improve our safety even further than we have in the past.
Yeah, that is a great addition. And you've got good outriders too. You've got people that are very experienced.
Yes,
doing this.
So I'm just learning about that advantage of having an outrider, and so Katie Hartman had contacted me, and then because the other young lady that's here is training a horse, and she's using our track to do that. It's a great opportunity.
Yep, that is Devin Miller and Smokey.
Smokey.
That is, I believe yesterday was his first time on the track.
That's what they told me.
And Devin herself is very experienced, but it's definitely interesting to see how they go about their training portion of it.
Yeah. And for you to allow them to come here and do that, because it's just like some of these horses are going to hopefully go on and race at the pari-mutuel tracks. So will Devin's new horse probably go on.
Yes, and you know what? It's kind of like so many people pay it forward to us, and you just look for ways to pay it forward and help the speed program across the state. So it's a great opportunity.
And you seem to have a great crew here that works with you.
You know, we do. Just really blessed. Not only do we have great officials that have been with us several years now, but our crew that works the track, they keep it in good shape. They help me with finding challenges that we need to resolve and resolving them quickly. So it's been wonderful to have the people that are here with us. Yeah.
And this is not just a couple days at the fair that you have to work on this. You're working probably year-round on your superintendent speed duties.
Well, yes, there are, and I think as I have done it, if I get to the place where I've done this 5 or 10 years, I'll have more institutional knowledge. But right now, I focus so much on saying, what else do I need to learn? What else do I need to learn? So going to the OFMA convention and the sessions there, and then also picking the brain of like Lisa Schwartz, OCRA. She's just been a fabulous resource. So very lucky, and we do, because I'm also second vice president of our fair board, so I help across the things. So I'll be running from this event and our speed program over to clerk one of our junior fair livestock auctions tonight. Tomorrow we're going to have Cameron Fontana from Fox 28 come to visit the fair, and unfortunately he couldn't come here today, but I'm working with another one of the fair board members to make sure we give great exposure to the fair. One of the things that's so neat about this particular program is we have people that come back and have little reunions and come and watch the speed program. So it's just very, very fun. It's either family or Lancaster High School has their class reunions on Fair Week.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that a neat idea?
Yeah, that really is. Well, you have such a beautiful setting here. I mean, why wouldn't you want to come back here for things?
I'm a bit biased, but I happen to think this is just one of the very most fabulous fairs in the state.
How has the rest of the fair gone so far this year? Has it attendance-wise like that? This morning it was packed for the marching bands, and I heard it was a nice crowd last night for tractor pulls.
Attendance has been great this year. Of course, the weather's really cooperating with us, but we've seen really strong crowds. Monday night was not as strong as last night. But Monday nights are usually not a great night. You know, people don't come to evening events. They're like going, I have to work tomorrow.
Right.
So they pick which night they're going to be a bit sleep deprived.
Now, this is only my second time here at Lancaster, and I could not believe the traffic to just get in the fair and the people everywhere. It's quite remarkable, especially this late in the season.
You know, for us, we think this is a fabulous time of the year to have the fair. When I used to show livestock, I would not want to be showing livestock in 90-degree heat
Very true.
and high humidity. So our fair, from a livestock standpoint, tends to be an easier fair for people, but they also just love to come back and come back and come back. We have people that are just faithful followers. A lot of our graduates from the junior fair program continue to come back and move into leadership roles as adults. So we're really blessed with people that said, there were folks who helped me, and I'm going to do that for others.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Special program.
Yeah, very special. And your shirt says it?
Yeah.
The last and best. The last and best of the season.
That's how we feel about it. And I know there are some other fairs that would contest the best part, but we think we've got some claims to fame on that. So
you do. And not only the beautiful setting, but you have a huge food presence back here.
We've been talking about the last 2 days.
Talking about food, yeah. I mean, there's so many places to stop and eat.
You know, you could gain 20 pounds at our fair in just a few days if you took advantage. Now, I'm going to put a plug in for Pierce's Sugar Waffles right downstairs in the grandstand. They are our longest concessionaire. They've been here I think 60 plus years.
Oh my gosh.
So, and their sugar waffles are amazing.
Aren't they?
Yeah. This year, the other one I'll suggest, our concessionaire of the year this year was Weldon's Ice Cream, and they have been here, I think, 54 years.
Wow,
so
it's quite remarkable.
Yeah,
that is absolutely great. Well, we sure thanks for coming up. I know that you're really busy over there, so we appreciate you stopping by.
Delight to have you here, and hope you'll come again next year. We'll look forward to having you.
Absolutely.
Good. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
We are going to roll it over our second division of 3-year-old colt trotters from the top down. Rose Run Zeb, Banker Man, Whiskey Peddler, Commander Tom, and Jogging Bank Shot. Here it is, the fifth.
Here they come. Off and trotting, Whiskey Peddler, Jeff Neissager, who right to the front end. Rose Run Zeb comes out in second. Banker Man third. Commander Tom fourth. Zebris around the turn. Jogging Bank Shot, the early trader. Down the backside, going to the opening quarter. Whiskey Peddler will guide him to the backside with a link lead over Rose Run Zeb, who leads Banker Man by 2. Then it is Commander Tom, and trailing the field, Jogging Bank Shot. Front to back, 8 links will separate these trotters as they race on over to the opening quarter. Whiskey Peddler shows the way. Rose Run Zeb is next. Banker Man is third. Racing fourth, Commander Tom. Jogging Bank Shot trails the field. Opening panel in an even 33, and it's Whiskey Peddler on the front, and he's the target. Rose Run Zeb sits the 2-hole. Banker Man third. Commander Tom fourth. Jogging Bank Shot still trails the field, and LeBand's got him out and on the move to the outside. From 5th to 4th to 3rd on the outside, and moving to the outside comes Jogging Bank Shot up on the outside. Whiskey Peddler to the inside. Rose Run Zeb outside. Commander Tom trailing now. Banker Man into the turn. They race past the half in 104 3/5. A very slow front half. The leader is Whiskey Peddler as they head up the backside. Whiskey Peddler leads Jogging Bank Shot by 3 parts of a length. Rose Run Zeb is third. Here comes Commander Tom on the outside. Banker Man is 5th. They're going at it on the front end. Whiskey Peddler still there. Commander Tom on the outside. Rose Run Zeb. Jogging Bank Shot trailing Banker Man at the 3/4 or into the far turn. It's Whiskey Peddler On the outside, jogging bank shot, 3/4, 135 and 3. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Jogging bank shot may have poked ahead in front. Whiskey Peddler battling back down the stretch. Off the turn. They're on their way home. On the outside, jogging bank shot, Whiskey Peddler on the line. Jogging bank shot from Whiskey Peddler. Commander Tom, Banker Man, and Rose Run Zeb.
There we
Mile
go.
204.
204 flat, jogging bank shot. Hank Levan for lots of Levans, Levan Stables, Megan Levan, R. Fries, and R. Warner of London, Ohio.
From dead last.
I was going to say, got away last.
Yeah.
Got away
Yeah.
last and got it done. Happy to see that we're changing how we're going to win. There's always, you never know to the end of the race.
It can be done many ways here. And jogging bank shot's sitting fourth in the Fair Championship points, excuse me.
Jogging bank shot has had 29 seasonal starts. This makes for his 8th win.
That was a good acquisition by the Levans. He has done really well. It took him a week or two to get him rolling, but once he did, I mean, he's been tough these last month and a half.
Yeah, he had 3 in a row. Lima Van worked Findlay, and then 2 in a row at Delaware and Dayton.
Yeah, his lines are, that's the kind of horse that you want in your barn.
Yes.
His last start out of the Dayton for the Fair Stakes, it looks like he got a little tired. Was still in the money, keep that in mind. He ended up 4th, but beyond that, it's first, second, and then 4 in a row for a winner right there. He's been such a nice horse for them. Very lightly started. I didn't even notice. Very lightly started as a 2-year-old.
Yeah, only
jogging,
3 starts.
Yeah, 3 starts, made very little money and didn't even hit the board.
But you look at, he had a qualifying win of 2, 1, and 4 at Scioto. That's a pretty nice qualifying mark for a 2-year-old.
$390. Number 5, jogging bank shot. 3-year-old big gilded son of it. Break the Bank K out of the Tom Ridge mare. Jogging home, owned by the Levan Stables. M. Levan, R. Fries, our winner of Ohio. Hank Levan trains and drives, jogging bank shot. Second driving win of the day for Hank Levan, the mile 204. Results are official. Number 1, Rose Run Zeb, 5. 2, Banker Man, 4. The 3, Whiskey Peddler, 2. 4, Commander Tom, 3. The 5, jogging bank shot, the winner. Top down, 5-4-2, 3-1 on the bottom. Fractions of 33, 104 and 3, 135 and 3.
All right, good to have down here Brad Conrad, the photographer. Now, Brad, a couple of quick questions for you. First off, the track's in the sun, you're in the shade. Baseball players complain about the pitcher being in the sun and hard to see. Does it affect your picture?
No, not where we're at right now, because the finish line's in the sun and everything's fine. Doesn't matter where I stand, because the camera's seeing what's at the finish line.
Now, Ashley wanted me to ask you, it only takes a couple of seconds to take that picture. How much time do you put into finding the right picture, editing it, putting it on, into your program and printing it?
It might take me an hour and a half to do a race card. I've got it down to a pretty good science. I do it all the time, so I've got it down to a pretty efficient way to do it.
Now, this is the last fair of the year. Are you
fair
tired?
day.
Are you tired of fairs?
You never really get tired of fairs, but yes, I'm tired. We're all tired. It's been a long summer, but yeah, it's great. I love being here. This is a great fair. Beautiful day.
Now, this fair is special to you, isn't it?
Well, I lived in Lancaster for a long time, so yeah, this is kind of a hometown fair for me.
All right, and the final question is, what would your autobiography be named? What would be the title?
The Lens.
I told you, Susan. I told you it was going to be The Lens. All right, Brad, thank you much.
Anytime, Frank. Take care.
Beckham.
Brad really is one of the best people you will ever meet. Truly. He is just so kind. And just some of the best part of our industry. And I'm just saying it takes him an hour and a half to edit and get everything done. I feel like that is purely based on how long he's done it. It's not easy work. It's really not. As somebody who, Frank Frost, has made edit things, and it's not easy work. And I think it's just, frankly, because of how much time Brad actually took over for his dad, and I can't remember Brad's dad's name. Anybody? Barry Conrad.
Yep. Well, we got a special guest here with a very cool shirt. So I don't know if you can get. We got to see your shirt. It says County Fair King. You like the horsies, right? This little fella has been at more races than I think we have been.
Probably.
I think I see him all the time working in the back there, trying to get everything done, keeping mom and dad straight and grandma and grandpa.
He looks like he's ready to go.
He's ready to go. Did he maybe just woke up? But what a great, and I understand that he has a little set of colors now too. Oh, grandma forgot him, but otherwise we'd see him in his colors. So, well, that's great. We thank you for bringing him up and doing that, and we're going to get your passport stamp. So we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to be back for race number 6.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Money, and Bit of a Legend. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Frank, you didn't know where to look. I was just telling Susan, for Brad, it only takes an hour and a half for him to get through a race card. That is purely based on his experience, not because it's an easy job. But here we are headed into the 6th race of just 10 this afternoon at the Fairfield County Fair in Lancaster. Thanks for joining us. We are officially halfway through the card now.
It's 2 winners for Hank now. The Levans have 2 wins so far on the card.
Yes. That is.
I talked to them a little bit before the races too. I was curious. Evil L, I really liked her. It's a nice little Payson filly, 2-year-old. She raced for Elson Miller last night at Cleveland and won. So I was curious, like how the sale went or whatever. And she was eligible. She is eligible to the fair final, 7th in points, he said. But it sounded like she was named appropriately. Hank did not get along with her very well at all. Yeah. He said that she actually tried to kick him out of the bike like 4 times at Richwood, and that was the last start that Hank had her. Yeah. So, time to hit the road. But I'm sure he did quite well on that deal. Hank's a pretty sharp businessman, and she's a nice filly. You just have to have someone that has the time and patience that can kind of put up with that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, when you got a Levan stable and you're racing, one after another after another.
Can't risk, getting hurt by one, with an operation like they've got for sure.
That's interesting. Appropriately named.
But man, she was one of my favorites that they had in the stable because she was kind of a gritty little filly and raced pretty good every start, it seemed like. So.
Did Hank buy some at the sale? Did he tell you?
I didn't even get into that with him, I'm sure.
I think he has quite a few babies.
I think I talked to Harrison this morning. I think they ended up with 15 Like
Wow.
bought 11. 2 people bought horses, gave them to take back. He just said there was, I think it was 15, but he just kind of looked and shook his head like, maybe too many.
I actually think so. Harrison, Hank's younger brother, has a couple stalls at Hilliard now because they have so many babies. They are not able to keep them all on their home farm. I think Harrison's going to take a couple and just make sure they get taken care of and conditioned and broke the way that they need to.
Wow.
Because they cannot. And they have a brand new home facility. I don't know if they've been there for a couple years now.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe this is the second
Yeah.
summer.
I saw pictures of the barn. It looks beautiful. Yeah, it looks really nice. I'd like to get out there and see it sometime.
Well, I see that they have been advertising for help.
Oh, yeah.
They have been having some things. I think it's been on Facebook that they need help for. A lot of people are. The Luthers, I just saw another one for them. So a lot of
Jeff
people
Nysonger mentioned that too. He's looking for a rider and a groom.
That is one of the biggest, obstacles right now in this industry is trying to find enough help. And if you're out there looking for a job and you like these equine athletes, there's jobs for you to be out there.
Yeah.
And, it's hard work, but, what isn't anymore? Everything's hard work.
That's right. Pretty rewarding work when you can, especially when you start with them as babies and get to see them come to the fairs and race. Pretty fun. Looks like we're doing post parade. Yep.
Long patch, field of 5. Beginning with the 1, here's the 1. Long Arm of Justice, Jeff Nysonger drives. Number 2 is Queen Catherine W., driven by Alex Hawk. Here's the 3, Lovely in Red, Cody Greeno drives. Long Tom's Treasures of 4 with Austin Hanners. And rounding out the field, Madame L, Hank Levan. The 5, Madame L. Horse to take 1, score, and go to the gate.
Speaking of the Levans, he's right back here in this race, but we will start off with our rail horse, Long Arm of Justice. Jeff Nysonger and Mark Winters once again teaming up for this 2-year-old filly by Long Tom, coming right off of a win at Dayton Raceway for the Montgomery County Fair Stakes. She won her mile in 1:58.3. Long Arm of Justice has had 15 seasonal starts and has notched 5 wins, so it has not been a terrible season for her at all. She is reaching almost $18,000 in lifetime earnings.
Queen Catherine W., Alex Hawk from the 2-hole, Earl Owings, the trainer, Richard Owings, the owner. This is another combination we talked about yesterday, Earl Owings and Alex Hawk doing really well together. This is a Long Tom filly out of a Master Levesque mare, Queen of Levesque. 12 starts on the year, has not had a first or second, but her last start at Dayton was quite an improved start. Finished 3rd, back a ways, but did trot in 2-2-1.
The number 3, Lovely in Red, Cody Greeno drives for Ed Greeno Jr. This is a 3rd pat out of the Lovin' Every Moment mare, Too Lovely, owned by E.G. Trott of Findlay. 15 starts. Still hasn't found the winner's circle, but has hit the board 7 other times with 3 seconds and 4 thirds. Last time out, 5th at Dayton.
Our 4 horse is Long Tom's Treasure. Austin Hanners in the bike for Steve Carter. She is a 2-year-old filly by Long Tom out of the Big Victory mare, BB's sister. Thomas Saraso of Connecticut does own. She's had 7 seasonal starts, 1 win, 1 second, and 1 third place finish. Should mention in the Buckeye Stallion Series, so that step up to the mid-tier at Delaware, she had a 2nd place finish in 1:59.3.
And Madam L and Hank Levan will leave from the extreme outside. Hank Levan trains, and Lots of Levans owns this Marseille filly. It's out of a Donato Hanover mare, Leaping Lady. This filly is sitting 8th in the Fair Championship points and has had 19 starts this year, 4 wins. Had 3 in a row at Kenton, Richwood, and Findlay. Also won at Greenville and that's not Greenville. Oh, that is Greenville, sorry. In 2-3-2, and that was on that sloppy track. That bad night at Greenville when it rained so hard.
Did we have rain at all this year?
Oh, we had rain at Greenville.
I remember that day distinctly.
Really?
Yes.
There are certain days because of the weather that kind of stand out. Burton, No, yeah, Burton was bad. Berea was
It was
worse.
wherever Frank was.
That's right.
Take your pick.
He was like the little Snoopy character that Linus, isn't it Linus that followed? You have a rain cloud over your head?
I don't think that's a rain cloud. I think isn't that like dirt?
No, that's Pigpen. That's the other character. Oh, my God. Learn your characters. Come on.
Well, that
Yes.
was what Frank was this summer, where he went. People were going to pay him to come to their drought area so that.
Tell you, they have that
rain.
thing that stands out in the middle of the cornfields, the scarecrow. That was going to be me. They were going to hang me out there and just say rain.
Rain, please.
I was kind of
rain.
watching some of those guys on the Weather Channel last night being out in the middle of that rainstorm. Ooh.
You couldn't pay me enough. What are they
Oh,
doing out there?
see,
they
you know
tell
what's-
everybody else to get out of there. And
You
then
know what's funny is I'm a news geek. I would have been out there in a second. That would have been so cool.
I watched it. I couldn't not watch it. I guess Anderson Cooper got hit by something on live TV.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah,
It looked just awful, though.
it did. Just horrible.
Looks like we are going to slowly make our way behind the Mike Webkenberg starting gate. Is it Mike today?
No,
Or
it is
is it
John
John?
Ingram.
John?
Yep, John Ingram and his wife drives. They have. He said he was glad that it was going to be over. He said, "I love the fairs, but he says it's just time to get something else done." And I said, "That's right. You know, there's things around the house that you just kind of leave go because you don't have time to do things in the barn. So it's time to batten everything down for the winter, I guess."
All lined up and ready for a start. Here they come. Gate breaker to 3, Lovely in red. They were off and trotting. Long Tom Strazier going right out to the front. Long Arm of Justice comes out in second. Queen Catherine W. racing third. Racing fourth as they race around the turn. Madam L trailing up field. Lovely in red. Down the backside to the opening quarter. Long Tom Strazier, Austin Hanners have the lead and have it by 5. Long Arm of Justice second, another 5 to Queen Catherine W. third. Then it's another 3 to Madam L fourth, and way back. Lovely in red is the Trader as they race on over to the opening quarter. Long Tom Strazier, the Giro Bay Filly by Long Tom leads the way, but 3.5 as they race around the turn. Racing second. Around the turn, Long Arm of Justice by the quarter, 32 2/5. Off stride went the leader, Long Tom Strazier. Moving through, Long Arm of Justice, Jeff Nysaunger have the lead as they race on over to the halfway point. Racing second as they come to the half. That's Queen Catherine W. on the outside. Madam L third. Long Tom Strazier fourth. Trailing up field. Lovely in red. They're halfway home. They move into the turn. Long Arm of Justice. Halfway home. 104 3/5. Second is Madam L. Up the backside with 3/8 the trot. Long Tom Strazier to the outside third. Queen Catherine W. tucked away fourth. Trailing up field. Lovely in red. Down the backside. Long Arm of Justice. The lead is 2. Madam L second. Long Tom Strazier third. Queen Catherine W. fourth. Trailing the field as they move into the turn. Lovely in red. And they're all chasing Long Arm of Justice as they enter the far turn. Madam L is only at 2 lengths away. 3/4, 136 4. The lead now for Long Arm of Justice is down to a neck. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. It's Long Arm of Justice. Madam L on the outside goes off stride. Long Arm of Justice is all alone on the front end. No doubt about this. And Long Arm of Justice gives Nysaunger his second winner of the day. Queen Catherine W. home second. Going to be tight for third. Either Madam L or Long Tom Strazier in 2:06 4/5.
Long Arm of Justice now 2 in a row in Ohio. 16 starts on the year and notches her 6th win. Our mics can pick up all the clapping.
Yeah, I mean, people do clap when the last place horse comes by. I really think they're trying to encourage him. Don't
They
you?
are.
I think
They
it's a
are,
kind
yep.
crowd. They're not being mean. It's just they're happy that he crossed.
Long Arm of Justice kind of inherited the lead. Actually ended up getting away second behind Long Tom's Treasure with Austin Hanners, but Long Tom's Treasure, I think, ended up coming across the wire fourth. She did make a break going into that second turn. Unofficially, I do have 1, 2, 5, 4, but of course we will wait for Doug Ballinger to give us that official, but I am right on the wire, so I'm pretty confident it was the 5 over the 4 for our third place finisher.
That's what I thought too.
Jeff Nysonger, and I believe this should be Mark Winter's second on the day too, right?
He's probably, Mark Winters is probably looking to see if Frank's down there. Nice little winter circle they have with the fence and the flowers, and yeah, they do a really nice job. Cheryl that was a great interview with her. She's all in on this fair, that's for sure.
I was going to say, she's just a bubbly personality. It was very refreshing to talk to her.
A little more bubbly than the big
you know, he's just very quiet.
He was quiet.
Very quiet.
It's a good thing he could shake
but
that big
when
head.
you got a star like that, appears in movies and that, they don't say a lot. They don't want everything they say to be posted to social media.
Probably wanted his publicist to talk for him.
Dog Patch, the one long arm of Justice. The 2-year-old Bay filly by Long Tom out of the Justice Hall mare. Truth and Justice, their 6th of the season. Mark Winters, R.B. Glover, J.L. McGraw. MWB known of Ohio. Mark Winters trains. Jeff Nysonger gets his second winner of the day. 2:06 4/5 for Long Arm of Justice. This race sponsored by Dog Patch. What? Results are official. Number 1, Long Arm of Justice, the winner. Number 2, Swing Catherine W2. The 3, Lovely in Red, 5. 4, Long Tom's Treasure, 4, 5, Madam L, 3, 2:06 4/5, the winning time. Top down, 1, 2, 5, 4, 3 on the bottom. Fractional times, 32 and 2. The half, 104 and 3. 3/4, 136 and 4. The winner, Long Arm of Justice, 380.
So there we go, official for our 6th race. Susan?
We got a couple of notes from some of our viewers that I want to go again. We're going to go into the break, and everybody's going to have to think really hard.
Okay.
But first of all, Joe Darmafal said that speaking of Hank, they've bought into 4 yearlings in partnership with them from the recent sales, and also partnered up with Pierce Henry. So the Darmafals are going to have 7 horses racing in 2025. So they are excited for that.
We're going to see Joe at a lot of fairs this year.
We are, absolutely. And good morning to Joel from Australia. It's 5 a.m. there, but he's up and watching with us. And we have another trivia question from Bill and Trudy Peters. Which horse and driver won the first race on the 2024 Ohio Fair racing season? So we'll let you all think about that while we go to a commercial break.
I already know it. Yeah, so
I think I've got it.
All right. Okay, we'll take a break.
Yep.
All right, we'll see.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC oil. It makes a world of difference.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Here we are headed into race 7 this afternoon at the Fairfield County Fair in Lancaster.
I haven't seen any guesses yet, so come on, everybody out there. What horse and driver won the first race?
I got to have the driver, too?
I know. I think I remember the horse because Frank made me edit the newsletter. So I think I remember the horse because we featured it, but I cannot remember.
He set a track record in the very first race, I think.
But I can't remember who was.
I don't remember who was driving it.
Well, then you're not going to win the prize.
Do I get half credit?
Nah, I don't know. Well, nobody's guessing. We'll just let that go for a little while. See if anybody comes up with it.
Well, Matt, you going to take your guess?
Ed Conrad, Jewel said.
Ooh,
Spoiler.
That's not who I was thinking.
Really?
I was thinking,
Yep.
was it Tulsa Pride or Tulsa
Tulsa Bell.
Tulsa Bell.
Tulsa Bell, I think, set the first track record.
Maybe that's what it.
But I think Jules said, I'm on Matt's train. Jules said won the opening race of the entire season, but who?
Tulsa
drove?
Bell had the first track record. So.
Well, you said Ed Conrad?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's his
That's
horse.
who thinks
I'm pretty
so.
sure, yeah.
Okay, Bill and Trudy, let us know if we are correct.
That was like 1,000 races ago,
It-
too.
quite literally.
I couldn't tell you who won the second. I know that.
That's true. That was a lot of miles ago.
Frank, so yesterday, I know off air we talked about it. Our trivia question was which fair had the most 2- and 3-year-old entries? We were all wrong. Who do you think it was?
Like I said, it had to be something with 17 or 18 races, I would think. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. It's not Delaware.
It was early. It was early.
Yeah, it had to have been early.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably in the OCRA. No. OFRC then. It had to have been one of those two. I was thinking Washington Courthouse, but they had 2 days, so it's got to be someplace with 1 day of racing.
No.
No?
It was over the course of
Yeah, it could be over the course of 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What fair? Okay.
What fair?
Okay, what fair? Ugh.
Do you want us to give you our guesses? Because they were wrong. I'll at least give you that hint.
Yeah.
All right, what were your guesses?
So
Paulding.
Yeah.
Paulding is what
I went Paulding. Yeah.
I thought Summit County.
Yeah.
Because I
was
was
a long
going, they
night.
had a long
That
night.
was a
and
long
it's a
night.
wider track. So I was like, oh, there's got to be more entries because they can take, more horses. But that is wrong.
Do you give up?
Wapakoneta.
Nope.
Nope.
Marion.
Which that's what the third fair, right?
Very
It's
early.
Circleville, then Marion. I
Yeah.
think is the schedule. Paulding, Circleville,
Marion's
Marion.
over the 4th of July weekend, I think, right?
So I think that would be the third fair.
Okay.
Because we thought Paulding, I even mentioned, it's amazing how many people can have their 2-year-olds ready at that point. But by Marion, they're
Now-
all pretty much.
Now,
in.
I wasn't at Marion. I showed up later in the day and took pictures, but I wasn't there for the races.
That just sounds like an excuse to me.
No, I can't remember where I would have been beforehand then to get to Marion. Because it wasn't like we were doing another fair that day.
I don't believe so. That's pretty early in
Yeah.
the year. Without looking at the Huff's Guide, I don't think there's a whole lot going on until it gets into
That
about the
second week of
July.
July. And speaking of Huff's Guides, if you haven't ordered your guide for 2025, do it today. Just call the office at 614-221-3650 and order your Huff's Guide today.
Yeah, I do not have that memorized, but I do have the address memorized.
You don't want to get to
And by the way, I just found out we've got 34 extra Huff's Guides that are coming back to the office from Big D's that didn't sell them all. So if anybody would like a Huff's Guide for 2024.
Because we thought they sold out very
Yes,
early.
we thought they
We
did,
were
yep.
scrambling to find anything for a few
Yeah,
people.
we'll sell them to you at a discount. Postage.
Yeah.
You can have one.
Well, Scott Tarleton said Jules said and Ed Conrad, so.
Yeah, I think
Could
Matt's
be.
right. Yep.
We're going to wait for the official word from the Peters family.
Yeah, I think I remember that because it was the part of the video newsletter or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's how I remember,
Probably
'cause I
had
had to
to
edit the thing.
rewatch it like 3 times probably.
But I don't remember who was driving.
It's Ed Conrad.
But he was driving too?
Yeah, he drove it all summer, I think.
Speaking of video newsletters, if you sign up, have a $25 membership. Nice thing, if you sign up now, right now, you'll get the rest of 24 and you'll get 2025. So just for $25, You can be an associate member with OHHA, and you will get the a link to the video newsletters. You'll get the magazine 4 times a year. You'll get the stallion directory. You'll get the
staking guide.
And with that your membership card, you can get into all of the OFRC fairs. So that's a pretty good deal for $25. Had a gentleman stop up here before, and he said, "Did I hear that right? $25 for all that?" And I said, "Yep." So he was ready to sign up.
And if you show up at one of our OFRC fairs and get in for free, you can have your picture taken with Susan if she's there.
Where
and that doesn't count extra.
That doesn't count extra.
Speaking of video newsletters, Matt, have we published our?
No.
Nope. All right.
It's ready. It's ready.
Ready?
I was
Okay.
waiting on a thumbnail, but that's all right. I don't have one.
Well,
but,
we'll get that. We'll get that to you tonight.
All right.
I don't think it's our thumbnail.
Yeah,
It is.
Yep.
Oh, so it's
'Cause
your fault.
I meant
No,
to do that
I'll teach you where it
last
is.
night, and I completely forgot. That was going to be my first thing I did when I got back to the hotel, and I completely forgot.
Because you were celebrating the
I was-
Tigers.
yeah.
And eating pink cricket pizza.
Yeah.
I think the trees have turned even a little more from last night.
That's kind of
from
what I was
yesterday.
thinking, actually. There was one very orange tree, but now we're seeing quite a few pop up.
I talked to Ryan Holton beforehand. He was on the back side, and this is the fair closest to his house. Ryan, one of the board members, and we were talking about, just how nice of a setting this is, and he was even saying that, a couple more weeks, wait till all the trees turn and the colors start really popping out here at Lancaster. And, they filmed a movie here a long, long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I know that was somebody had that in the comments earlier today.
Yes. Yeah,
green grass
of Wyoming.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it yesterday about the grandstand that was over there. Just a beautiful grandstand. It was kind of curved around the corner and hadn't been able to be used for quite a while, but still it was just so pretty, a historic building, and burned down one night right close to the fair time. So that was a big loss for this fair.
I was going to head up to the top of the cliff there that kind of try and get a shot of the fairgrounds when it was this full, but I kind of ran out of time. But, I mean, you said it was kind of a hike to get up there. So.
Can you not drive? I thought there was a rumor there's a spot that you could drive where it's closer.
Well, you can drive. There's a park. So if you go up this road in the first turn, there's a park, and you can park there, but then you have to climb up.
Still climbing
I
up.
saw some people up there earlier. I wish I could get a camera shot of it from here, but I can't.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a long ways up. It's a pretty good sized cliff.
It's a baby mountain.
Yeah.
It's still a baby. It's an Ohio
It's a long
mountain.
walk. I believe you there.
Yeah.
Sure.
This fairground also has the round barn,
Yes.
which is another unique feature here. I think it was built in 1903, maybe is what I think I saw, and it was dairy barn back in the old days.
And truthfully, the only reason we know about the the round barn is because the Jimmy Jawbreakers is right next to it.
They do have a pretty good food selection out here.
Oh, it's phenomenal. And it's all very unique and pretty local. Like, it's not just your run-of-the-mill.
Reasonably priced, too.
Yeah, it's not your run-of-the-mill concessions that you see at every single county fair. It's pretty cool. Did anybody get a fish sandwich? You did get one today. Did you show up early to get it?
Yeah, I did. It was really good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was exceptional. Well, as yesterday, Ashley said that she saw the line for it, and she counted. There were 25 people, including Brad Conrad, was in that line for Madison's Fish. And I noticed that they had a little sign on that said the restaurant will be open Election Day. I'm not sure if that was something special that they were open Election Day, but they must have the Madison, they must have a local restaurant really close.
Not sure what we got going on across the way. We got a couple of drivers walking out. It looks like, I can't tell if there's a horse over there that they're
I don't
tending to.
think so.
That's the outriding horse.
Outrider is off the horse, but just standing there next to him.
Huh.
Yeah, some drivers just hanging out
I
there.
mean, my eyes are not that good, but it looks like Chris Presley's colors. I don't even know if Chris is here.
No, that's Ryan Deaton and Jeff Nice on
Oh, is that who is? Okay. But yeah, no horses are on the track right now.
No.
So we had one warming up, but I think he's off by now. And
Well, you know what that means? Time for the News Hawk to go find out what's going on.
the News Hawk?
The old news guy.
You can't give yourself that kind of nickname.
Wow. I thought it was a pretty good one.
I think it is a good one.
But you can't name yourself that.
Well, then you name me the News Hawk.
Is it? Are they doing something with the hub rail over there? Or are they just kind of leaning on it?
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea. Oh, you're right. I do see Chris Presley. Sorry, you're right. I didn't know where you were looking.
Okay.
I think he's on this. He's in the infield technically.
Well, let's make my way across and see what we can find out.
Take the road so you can tell us. Yeah.
There hasn't been any announcement from Doug.
Nope.
About a delay or anything of that
Do
sort.
we see an ambulance?
That's what I was about to say.
I'm wondering if they might have had to take
Oh,
off.
no, he's right there.
He's right.
No?
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yep, I've got no idea then.
So a little delay. The band has started up again, so they're playing.
Looks like we're bringing a golf cart, a gator, not sure, across the track. I don't know if they're hauling some equipment or. It does look. Did part of the hub rail come down? It does look like they stopped all in that area. Are they trying to put it back up?
I'm not sure.
Very unusual to see a fair now with a hub rail, but it's absolutely necessary here. In the last turn, you take a big dip. I mean, it's probably, I'm thinking it's 12, 15 feet down. So you need that hub rail. There's a little bit of grass there that's level, but then it goes right down. So it would be dangerous without the hub rail. And then here in the first turn, they've got some cement pylons up. So the hub rail is protecting the horses from those cement pylons. So like I said, we don't see this very often, but it's definitely necessary here.
Susan, do you remember when the hub rails were starting to be taken out?
I'm trying to think of when that was.
80s, or is that even late?
That might be. No, I'm thinking 80s.
80s?
I'm thinking 80s. It might be. It's.
Hold on. The News Hawk has something for us.
He has breaking news.
Where is it? All right.
Okay, you were right, Ashley. They are working on the hub rail over there. Apparently the tractor hit the hub rail, so we're trying to work on repairing it. I'm going to head over that way and see what the damage looks like, and you guys can keep everybody entertained.
The News Hawk. Let's send him down to Florida.
Yeah.
Which actually we might be doing that.
He might, yeah. Well, he had some good news today. He has some family down in Florida, and they got through everything just fine. So he's.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's good.
He's much happier now today than finally heard from them. Of course, you don't get cell service, you don't get anything there, but now they are able to text. So they were able to text Frank and say that they were all okay. No power, but
no damage to
no
their
damage
home,
to their
I
home.
think.
Yeah, and they did have water, which I found unusual that they would have water.
Like running water?
Yeah, if you didn't have power, so that's a good thing.
I can't see exactly what they're all working on over there, how bad it is.
In true county fair fashion.
Somebody here has whatever it takes to fix that, I guarantee it. Not the first time they've seen this.
Well, truthfully, when I saw Katie off of her outriding horse Gus, I was like, well, maybe he happened to lose a shoe really quickly and somebody was coming out to tack it on, because I saw Jeff carrying something. So I was like, is that happening? But no.
Everyone's kind of walking away from it now. They might have a solution.
Of course, as we wind down our season, today is our last day of the county fairs. This Saturday, though, join us at Northfield Park for Ohio Super Night. over $2.4 million just in the Ohio Sire Stake Championships. The Scarlet Championships, which is the finals, will go for $300,000 apiece. And on Sunday, our Gray Championships, which were previously known as Consolations, will go for $100,000 apiece. Beyond that, we'll be back at Northfield the following weekend on Saturday for the Fair Championships that we have been talking about periodically all day long.
All right, here's a topic on that. Fair Championships, those don't count as a pari-mutuel win, do they? And with the Consolations, if they're not, if the Consolations are something that Northfield puts on, would that be considered a fair start, or is that a pari-mutuel start?
You would think that's a pari-mutuel.
That would be a
because
pari-mutual
it's
start.
more
That's a
like
big
an
thing
overnight.
this time of year. You know, like,
that's a good point.
You want to get all the wins you can without racking up the pari-mutuel wins, so that they can be sold to somebody that wants it, non-winners of one or non-winners of two horse.
Do you want to explain a little bit about that since you brought it up? Classing? You're looking at me like, no, actually, I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, yeah.
Why does that matter?
Because
Pari-mutuel versus the fairs.
So a lot of people look to buy 3-year-olds. I mean, they might not want to mess around with young horses and go into the fairs and stuff like that. They want to buy a 3-year-old at the end of the season that's going to be a racehorse, and they're the lower class that they can get in at that point, the more valuable they seem to be. Because, I mean, our non-winners of one go for $12,000. You can win one of those, get $6,000 of your investment back right away.
Pretty quick.
So, yeah.
The easy money, they call that.
Yeah.
The non-winners of one, non-winners of two.
Yeah.
You know, I have that written down back at the office because maybe I have it in. I'll look for an email. And I think I can get you that answer.
Say that is a pretty unique question, just because we are at a pari-mutuel track, but it is all with fair horses that have been.
But it's not really like a
right.
one of the 4 fair governing
circuits.
Bodies, I guess.
Right. Let me. I know I can find it. Okay. Winning the Fair Championship at Northfield does count as a pari-mutuel win because that date is part of their normal meet. Winning at Delaware does not count as a pari-mutuel win. And the when Northfield hosts the Summit County Fair, those do not count as a pari-mutuel win, but Fair Championships do.
Okay.
So that was I questioned Dave Bianconi about that earlier this year, so he let us know.
Well, non-winners of 2 is still not bad.
That's right.
If it's non-winners of 2.
That's right. We had just got a call from Michael Carter up at Northfield Park. We are giving out all the horses that are in the championship, in the Scarlet Championship on Saturday night will receive a blanket with the Sire Stakes logo on it, and the horses will walk out of the paddock and onto the track. So we'll have them all on camera showing that. And all of the grooms, the caretakers, are all going to get a jacket. So we're trying to figure out sizes with the jacket. So everybody that's in that race had to tell Michael what size jacket they wanted, so we can try and figure that all out for everybody.
Looks like Frank has something for us.
Oh, okay.
So, Mickey, bring them on. We need 4. We need 4.
Uh-oh.
Greg was going by and caught something and went into it and pulled down about 3 or 4 of the pipes and broke the pipes. So what they're doing, like right here, the pipe was broken, so they're taping it all up and making sure that it's safe for the drivers. They had some of the drivers come down, take a look at it, and they said they weren't going to go unless the drivers felt safe with it. The drivers agreed they were okay with it, but they're doing some more repairs. So probably about another 5-10 minutes, they think, before the horses, they've called them to come out. They're going to bring them out onto the track and then warm them up a little, and then we'll be ready to go again.
That is breaking news from Frank Fraz down there on the track surface.
The news hawk.
Yep. So with that little bit of a delay, they probably will let the horses warm up a little bit more. Get them loosened up a bit. There are only 4 in this next race, but they are 4 horses that could all be in the final of Fair Championship night up at Northfield Park.
Susan, you brought up yesterday that we now know the date for the OCRA fairs. Of course, Lancaster is part of the OCRA. Can you tell us a little bit about banquet season?
Banquet season, yes. I think that the OCRA is the first banquet out there. It is their 91st annual banquet, which is, I think that's amazing that Colt Association's been around for 91 years. It's going to be held at Hollywood Gaming, Dayton Raceway on October 27th, so that is a Sunday night. Social time is at 5 o'clock, dinner and awards at 5:30. We're also having an OCRA business meeting at 4:15, so if anybody has anything to say that they would like to see done differently or just to applaud the OCRA for what they have done, you can do that at the business meeting at 4:15. It's going to be in the lower racing area at Dayton. They're going to have a barbecue buffet, a cash bar, raffle, and a select number of door prizes after the award. So you do have to get a reservation in, though, and the reservations are due, let me see, they are due by the 18th, so that's not that, well, in about 10 days, or 8 days from now. You have to have your reservations in, and you can call or text Lisa Schwartz. Her number is 614-778-2480 or email at ohiocoltracing@gmail.com.
I believe the OFRC, isn't that usually hosted, their banquet is up in Napoleon?
Yep.
Because that's
right
where
by there.
Bill is from.
That is usually like the week before Thanksgiving, I believe, usually. This is the last thing that Lisa wrote on here is everyone is invited, so bring your whole stable to the table.
$6. Sponsored by Bringing Banking Center. View to 4. Number 1 is Full Moon How, the driver Chris Presley. Number 2, Nelly Up, Jason Beatty drives. 3 Jet Wings, Hank Levan. Number 4, Oh Mickey, Jeff Nicesonger in the sulky. Or to take 1 score.
So there we go. Just a short field of 4 for our second division of 2-year-old Colt Truck. First of $6,346 on the rail. Chris Presley will drive Full Moon How. This has been a very nice fair horse this year for Jessica Smith. Jessica does co-own alongside her daughter Madison out of Xenia, Ohio. This is a full count gelding out of How Me in a Don't You Forget It mare. Full Moon How is coming off of a win at Dayton in their fair stakes, went in 158-2. This season, he has won 6 of 16 starts and has hit the board a total of 12 times to make over $40,000 as a freshman.
That is certainly a nice fair season for that horse. $40,000. The 2 is Nelly Up. Jason Beatty will drive for trainer Ryan Miller. Says a muscle up the goal out of a Fortuna winner mare, Amelia Dream. Miller Racing Stable, Horseplay Racing Stable, P. Hirschberger and Ed Merriman are the owners. This horse is sitting 8th in the Ohio Fair Championship points. A $9,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale, has had 14 starts this year. 3 wins, 5 seconds, 4 thirds, made over $23,000. Last win was at Troy in 2-4. Also won at Wilmington in 2-4.
The number 3 is Jet Wings. Hank Levan picks up the catch drive for Virgil Morgan Jr. This is a What the Hill out of the Lear Jetta mare Schlim Slamma. 13 starts, 4 wins, 4 seconds, 4 thirds. As a win last time out at Coshocton, currently on a little 2-race win streak.
Right out the field, Jeff Nicesonger trains and drives Oh Mickey, a long tom gelding. Most recently had a second-place finish at Dayton in their fair stakes, 158-3 for his mile. Another one that has won 4 of 15.
All in behind the Wepkenberg starting gate. Here they come. Rough and trotting. Nelly Up goes right to the front. Oh, Mickey the outside. Jet Wings comes out in third. Full Moon How is the early trader fourth. As he breaks into the opening turn and trot on over to the eighth. Nelly Up. Jason Beatty will guide him down the backside, leading Oh Mickey by 2 lengths. Third is Jet Wings. Fourth and trailing Full Moon How down the backside of the opening quarter. Nelly Up, the 2-year-old Big the son of Muscle Up, looking for her fourth of the season, shows the way. Oh Mickey trots second. Racing third is Jet Wings, and trailing the field Full Moon How as they trot by the opening quarter. Field of trotters into the turn. Nelly Up takes him by the opening panel. 33 3/5. Oh, Mickey getting that 2-hole trip. Third is Jet Wings. Fourth is Full Moon How as they pass the stand for the first time and race on over to the halfway point. Showing the way, Nelly Up. Second is Oh Mickey, racing third. Here comes Jet Wings on the outside and moving to the outside at the half. Full Moon How, 2 in, 2 out. They're halfway home, and Nelly Up is the leader. On the outside, Jet Wings second. Oh Mickey tucked away third. Full Moon How is fourth. They're halfway home in 104 2/5. To the 5/8 they go. Down the backside, 3/8 of a mile to trot. Nelly Up with the lead. Jet Wings on the outside. Oh Mickey third. Full Moon How trails the field. 2 in, 2 out. 3 lengths will separate these trotters as they move into the turn. They're all chasing Nelly Up. Jet Wings on the outside. Oh, Mickey up the inside. Full Moon How on the outside at the 3/4. 1:35 and 1. They circle the far turn and come to the top of the stretch. And they're all chasing Nelly Up, who comes off the turn, leading Jet Wings by 3 parts of a length. It's Nelly Up, Jet Wings on the outside. Nelly Up, Jet Wings on the outside, looking for some room. Oh, Mickey, but on the line. Nelly Up. Jason Beatty take the second division of the 2-year-old colt trot. 2:04 2/5.
2:04 4/5. Nelly Up. Once again, another wire-to-wire winner. Jason Beatty gets it done for Ryan Miller. Susan making her way down to the winner's circle. So is Frank Frost going to try to grab an interview.
With Susan?
With Susan. With Susan. Nelly Up by Muscle Up the goal. Now 4 wins on the season in just 15 starts. He will up his lifetime earnings to about $26,000. Not a bad year at all. Nelly Up was originally just a $9,000 purchase out of the Buckeye Classic sale. I believe Jason Beatty, this should be his. We'll double check. He had 2 yesterday, 2 winners yesterday. And as I flip back, this should be his first winner of the card today. Yes. Full Moon How, I thought there for a moment he was actually could see the entire field for most of the mile, made his move going into the final turn, but just too tough going 3 wide for him to catch up. But again, he's been such a nice horse, but don't want to take away from Nelly Up. Very nice finish. And here is Jason coming back in front of the grandstand, 2:04 4.
2-year-old colt and gelding trot, Ohio Colt Racing Association for $6,346. Sponsored by Bremen Banking Center, number 2, Nelly Up. The 2-year-old Big the son of Muscle Up out of the Fortuna Winter Mare. Amalia Dream, 4th of the season for Nelly Up. Miller Racing Stable, Horseplay Racing Stable, B. Hirschberger and E. Merriman. Ryan Miller trains. Jason Beatty drives the winner. Mile 2:04 2/5. Results are official. Number 1, Full Moon Howl 4. 2, Nelly Up, the winner of the 3, Jet Wings 3, 4, Oh Mickey 2. 204, 2/5. Top down 413, 2 on the bottom. Fractional times 33 and 3, 104 and 2, 135 and 1.
Did I just hear that right?
What's that?
Luke Hanners to drive?
Really?
Did I hear that right? Well, we'll, I guess in the next couple of races we'll check for sure, but that should be his first start back if it really is Luke.
Well, I hope so.
But I think we're ready for an interview down in our winter circle.
We were 2-year-old drivers.
Thanks. Joined now by Ed Marinan, one of the owners of the horse. You're surprised you won.
Hey, this is fantastic. What a great place to come for racing is here in Lancaster, Ohio.
Isn't it great, though, just to win a race?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's part of the fun in terms of owning a racehorse, particularly in a county fair setting. It's just phenomenal.
And this horse has won now 4 races this year and has had a great year. I think it's only missed the board twice this year.
That's right, that's right. So we had 2 fourths, but basically is that he's gotten us a check every week. And you're absolutely right. It's just that also makes it more fun. Is that not necessarily that you always win, but the fact that you're up there at the top, you're always competitive.
Now you're wearing the Horseplay Racing Stable shirt, and that's one of the co-owners of this horse, and that's one of those fractional ownership groups that we talk so much about, and it's a great way to get involved, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I can tell you that was a great way for me to get started. Although I got a little bit more than a fractional now, but again, both in Ohio and Indiana, we have opportunities for fractional ownership. It's a great way for somebody to get started. It's a great way to get more involved with the racing, both at the tracks as well as at the county fairs.
Well, congratulations and go enjoy the win.
Bingo, I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody.
Back to you guys.
Very, very nice mile for Nelly Up. Actually went that back half in 1 minute and 2/5. Quite speedy, especially that final quarter. And Trudy Peters, Bill and Trudy comment, Nelly Up wins on both the first fair date of the year and the last fair date of the year. He's not sure if any other horse has done that before. I'm sure that's in our records somewhere, but very neat. Susan got out of an interview.
Yeah.
But there we go, official for our 7th race. Nelly Up for Ryan Miller and Jason Beatty. Gonna flip the page. Race 8 up next, the second division of 3-year-old filly pacers, purse of $6,466. Currently, I do not have any changes, but we will update you and give you a more in-depth look of our field of 6 after a few messages from our sponsors.
The first Fairfield County Fair in Lancaster, Ohio was held in 1851. The local agricultural society had been formed a year prior to promote the area's industry. Admission was just 25 cents, and cash premiums were awarded to best livestock and crop varieties. After a first successful year, the fair kept growing and introduced harness racing to their program. The first track was only a 1/3 mile long, but purses were large for the time. $50 went to the winner, $25 to second place, and $10 to the horse finishing third. The racing program had exploded by the 1880s. A larger half-mile track was installed, along with a grandstand and gas lights in the infield. For the first time, both harness and foot races took place after sunset. Fairfield County has a distinction of being the only fair in the world where races were held successfully under gas lights. Today, the Fairfield County Fair is a member of the Ohio Colt Racing Circuit. They host 2 days of live-action harness racing as the...
Hi, I'm Dean Gillespie, and I want to tell you about the Ohio Colt Racing Association. There's 19 member fairs, and they sponsor the Partial Futurity in Greenville, Ohio. You need to race in the OCRA. Great racetracks, great people. Bring the kids and come out to the fair, and remember, fair time is fun time.
Welcome back. Headed next into race 8 of 10. Frank, we have not talked about the track records here at Lancaster. Our all-age pace was set by none other than Tori Silster in 2023. So just last year, went in 1:57.4. Our all-age trot, working it on Broadway in 2021 in 2 minutes and 3/5.
You know, it's funny. You take a look at the records that were set before, and it took a while for new track records to be eclipsed. 8 years for the trot, and it was 12 years for the pace. And you take a look at the names of the people that were involved before, you know, well-known names, and then to have them broken.
And truly, Susan noticed it before the rest of us yesterday. It is very possible that our track record could be under some pressure.
Yes.
Today with our Signature Series pace, very, very heavy field in the 10th race, including Arbin comes to mind right off of the rail, as well as Surf in the Canyon, although he is leaving from the 7th post position.
Yeah, Arbin is a beast. You know, Arbin is a beast, and then, you know, Surf in the Canyon, you know, went in 150 to win the Signature Series championship at Delaware.
That was such a huge mile.
Oh,
huge
to go
mile.
150,
Yeah.
I mean, is amazing. You know, and
I don't think the track is terribly fast, though. I mean,
yeah, I thought we were having some nicer miles yesterday.
Yesterday, yes.
I was expecting, you know, the more horses, the more water across the track, we would see some faster times, but you never know. You never know. And those horses in the 10th race, if they're going to put it to them, they're going to put it to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, Matt leaves for a minute, and it looks like we've got some camera issues here. So I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, yes, I just, on my phone, I just see a big black
Yep, that's
screen.
what we've got. So for some reason, something has happened to our video, you know, and I'm going to get blamed for it because Matt's not here right now. So we're just going to turn up the volume and so you can hear.
Racing Association, 3-year-old filly pace, this second division for $6,000. Ordered $66, sponsored by Bremen Banking Center, a field of 6. Luke Anders drives the 5, Chris Karuba, the 6, Seaside Hottie. These are the horses. Number 1 is Better Than a Million, Jason Beattie drives. Number 2, Kiss My Grits with Daniel Ironton. 3, Hold 'em Mama L, Hank Levan driving. Here's the 4, Heartstrings with Charles Bullen. Number 5, Fear the X, Luke Anders, and rounding out the field, the 6, Seaside Hottie, Chris Karuba in the sulky. Also take 1 score and go to the gate. Win place show, Exacta Quinella, trifecta on the 8, 3 minutes, 3 minutes.
Well, we're trying to figure out what's going on with our video here. Hopefully Matt gets back here quickly.
But with that, so Luke Hanners is driving our 5 horse. We do have a late driver change. Luke Hanners, Austin did text me and said, because I thought this would be Luke's first start back since his accident and his surgeries with his wrist, because that happened in when was that actually? It's been a handful of months, and I'm sure Luke has been ready to get back in the bike. But this, Austin corrected me, this is not his first start back. He actually just drove a handful Monday.
And here comes Matt running up.
Listen, we can't do anything right. Look.
And here comes Matt running up.
Don't
no
leave
video.
us. Don't leave us.
You leave, I got a black screen.
Well, we do have a pretty full field. Well, so I guess while Matt and Frank try to figure some stuff out.
Matt tries to figure it out.
While Matt fixes our issues, more than just the camera, we'll go ahead and go through our field. Our 1 horse, Better Than a Million, Jason Beattie in the bike for Kenneth Hurst. This horse has hit the board 4 times in 19 starts this season, has notched a single win. That came back at Troy in 1:59.1. Should mention, however, she does show quite a handful of miles in 1:53 and a piece. This year, this 3-year-old filly, by a bit of a legend in, has made almost $25,000.
Now the Wizard fixed it. I don't know what was wrong with it. He figured it out. You leave and, it falls apart. I get to blame on
I'm going to have to bring an empty bottle up here, I guess. With no more bathroom breaks.
I'll finish our field pretty quickly. Daniel Ireton drives the 2, Kiss My Grits for Marlon Smith. Hank Levan drives and trains the 3, Holden Mama L. Charles Bolin aboard our 4-horse, Heartstrings for Mark Winters. Luke Hanner's in the bike now for the 5, Fear the X for Brett Schwartz, and the 6. Actually, we have Jason Beatty down. I did not catch that driver. But Seaside Hottie will leave from the 2nd tier.
They're off them pacing, that's better than a million. Going for the lead, Holden Mama L comes out in second, taking it tuck. Heartstrings into the turn, Kiss My Grits racing fourth. Racing fifth is Seaside Hottie. Down the backside, Fear the X is the traitor. Straight alignment going to the opening quarter. Better than a million, leads the way by a length. Holden Mama L second. Racing third is Heartstrings. Racing fourth on the outside, Seaside Hottie. Kiss My Grits is fifth, and treading the field is Fear the X. At the opening quarter, better than a million. Tito Bay, Philip, a bit of a legend, shows the way for Jason Beatty. They race around the turn. Holden Mama L second. Racing third is Heartstrings. Racing fourth, Seaside Hottie. Fifth on the outside, Fear the X. And at least Kiss My Grits is a traitor through an opening quarter in 31 2/5. Passing the stands first time, coming on over the halfway point. On top of the field, better than a million, has the lead. Holden Mama L getting that 2-hole trip. Racing third is Heartstrings. Seaside Hottie's out and on the move at the outside fourth. Fear the X is fifth, and treading the field, Kiss My Grits. They're halfway home in 102, and on to the 5/8 they go. Better than a million leads the way. Second is Holden Mama L. The outside of her is Seaside Hottie. Fourth is Heartstrings, and here comes Fear the X on the outside for Luke Anders, now fifth. Kiss My Grits continues to trail. Midpoint of the backside with the lead. Better than a million, Holden Mama L second. Seaside Hottie on the outside third. They're into the far turn. Better than a million, still there, Holden Mama L. Racing third is Heartstrings. 3/4, 132 and 4. They come to the top of the stretch, and Better Than a Million's off the turn, leading the field by 2. Holden Mama L is second. Third is Heartstrings coming to the line. Better Than a Million gives Jason Beatty his second winner of the day. Home second, Holden Mama L. Third, the 4, Heartstrings. 2:01 2/5.
2:01 2/5. Better Than a Million. Jason Beatty, another one on the day for Kenneth Hurst.
I think that's Jason's second winner of the day, Doug said.
Should be, and he had 2 yesterday as well.
This is an interesting bit of trivia again from Trudy and Bill Peters. Nellie Up wins on both the first fair date of the year and the last fair date of the year. And Bill said, I wonder if any horse has done that before. And the trainer of Nellie Up, Ryan Miller, comes back and says, I believe I did it last year with Allie's Treasure. So Ryan Miller has had 2 of those. Interesting.
Susan, you might know better than myself. Not sure if Ryan is still tuning in. Ryan comes from a pretty rich history of harness racing family, too. His grandpa owned Eternal Camnation?
Eternal? Yes.
Jeff Miller trained
Jeff
it.
Miller
How was he related?
I don't think they are related.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But from what I'm trying to remember now, Ryan's parents were not in. They kind of discouraged him, but he liked hanging out with Grandpa.
Most kids do.
Yeah. And Ryan went on to school. He went to the Morrisville, New York, and they have a whole harness racing school, and he went through that. And he worked out there for Ray Schnickner for quite a while, and then came back home. So.
$. Sponsored by Brimley Banking Center, number 1, Better Than a Million. The 3-year-old Bay Philly by bit of a legend out of the Arts Place mare. Arts View 2, second of the season for Better Than a Million. Kenneth Hurst of Dayton, Ohio, the lessee. Kenneth Hurst trains. Jason Beatty gets his second winning drive of the day. Mile 201, 2/5. 134 is official. 134 is now official. Here's where they finish. Number 1, Better Than a Million, the winner. 2, Kiss My Grit, 6. 3, Hold 'em Mama, L2. 4, Heartstrings, 3. The 5, Fear the X, 4. 6, Seaside Hottie, 5. 201, 2/5. Top down, 162. 3, 4, 5 on the bottom. Fractions of 31 and 2. 102 for the half. 3/4, 132 and 4. Your winner, Better Than a Million, returns 6.
Jason Beatty, is he Australia or New Zealand? He's from one of the two places, isn't he?
I don't
know.
I don't think so.
Really? I thought he was.
I don't.
I
I
could be wrong.
don't. Now I'm questioning myself. I have
never heard him say mate.
I've.
So I don't know.
That
That would be a sure thing, wouldn't it? Mate.
I don't know if. Yeah, I guess, Matt, that's something we can find out.
Yeah, I'll have to check.
We
So
might.
I thought I heard that somewhere along the way. And they've got quite a good driver colony down there. I mean, Dexter Dunn's come over, and the McCarthy brothers have done pretty good for themselves.
Yeah.
But there we go, finished and official with our 8th race. We're going to flip the page. Our penultimate, the 9th, the 3rd and final division of 3-year-old colt trotters, a purse of $4,390, a nice field of 6. We will be right back to introduce you to those.
Mark your calendar for the new and exciting North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. Tuesday, December 17th at the Mount Hope Event Center in Mount Hope, Ohio. Broodmares, broodmare prospects, racehorses, and stallion shares. Pedigrees announced by Ed Teefee and Gabe Pruitt. Online bidding, clean, heated facility. The North American Standard Bred Mix Sale. A live auction to see quality horses with industry-leading pedigrees. Tuesday, December 17th in Mount Hope, Ohio. Entries are now open.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Welcome back to the Fairfield County Fairgrounds in Lancaster, Ohio, as we are closing in on our final races of the year. Kind of a bit sad.
It is. It is very sad.
We'll have races, though, this week from the Sire Stakes Championships from MGM Northfield Park.
Yeah.
Airtime will be about 6:10 on Saturday evening, and then we will have the following week. We will have the Fair Championships, also from MGM Northfield Park.
So the fairs aren't really over until that fair
the championship,
happens.
right.
There won't be any funnel cakes. There won't be any Jimmy Jawbreakers, Trojan burgers. But
Fish sandwiches.
Yes, fish sandwiches.
Italian sausage sandwiches, gyros.
Been a long summer.
Lemon shake-ups.
Lemon shake-ups.
Milkshakes from Dairy Barns.
I think the Euros were my food of the summer. I think I had 3 of those this year.
Really?
Yep, they're all pretty good.
I think mine was the Italian sausage. It always ended up being the go-to at the end. But still, without a doubt, the Trojan burger stands above everything else.
If you're ever near the Hartford Independent Fair in Croton, Ohio, you have to go and get a Trojan burger. It is great.
Big Mac on steroids. And it is very, very good. But if you want, but the best value, I think now, without a doubt, is the $2 regular drink for a lemonade here at the Lancaster County Fair and the Jimmy Jawbreaker stand.
Yeah. That's good. There's a sign on the Jimmy Jawbreaker stand that says, "This is not Burger King. You get it our way or you don't get it at all."
Exactly. And it's like, if you want it fast, go somewhere else.
Go somewhere else, yeah. They're pretty upfront about how they feel about the stuff, that's for sure. But it's
And this is our what, Susan?
Penultimate.
Race of the season.
Yes, yes.
Not of the fair,
Right,
of the season.
This is
Horses are coming onto the track now.
this should be a good race. We've got a Line of Stone in here who's sitting first in the Fair Championship with 12 wins this summer. It's just kind of amazing. I mean, the whole field, it's a nice field of horses, but of course a Line of Stone does stand out. Been racing so well this summer.
Really like this fair because the horses, when they come onto the track, kind of come down this little grass ramp almost as they make their way from the barns on the backstretch.
I actually helped Ben Lindsay unload Steve Carter's horses today. There were 3 of them. He pulled up. He went to get out, and I mean, he was hobbling around pretty bad.
Oh,
so I asked him if he needed a hand. Yeah, he said he's got a bone sticking out of the side of his foot.
Oh,
so,
jeez.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he's toughing it out. He told me Charlie May is in to go today at Plain Ridge up in the Open, going for $25,000. He's going to stay out east. Don Tiger, I can't think of the name of the place, but I mean, he puts him up in a nice place. Charlie May's got notoriously bad feet, and he can swim them there, so less wear and tear, on jog miles and stuff. Acupuncture,
I told
hyperbaric
Don
chamber. I mean, he's got it made. Charlie's got a nice spot.
I told Don, I said, Charlie May gets better spot treatment than his wife gets. And Don didn't disagree.
I was a little disappointed. Poppy Grad, Steve Carter's real nice 2-year-old filly, is not staked to the Breeders' Crown. I was really hoping to see her out there, but pretty amazing season she had this year anyways.
Yeah, that'll be coming up in, eliminations are 2 weeks and then 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Matt and I will be out at the Breeders' Crown bringing you all the stories and the information. We'll be out there reporting on it.
We heard that there might be 5 or 6 Ohio-bred horses in the Breeders' Crown, so that's pretty exciting.
By the Missile coming off a win. He kind of struggled a little bit this year getting him back into peak shape, but I think he's kind of rounding into form right at the right time for the big one at the end.
Sugar Instead should be there, coming off. She's had a great year after that disappointing, break at the Breeders' Crown last year. So would be there to contend.
Undefeated this year, right? So what a way to go into the Breeders' Crown.
11 for 11.
Just amazing.
So here we go. Let's go to the post parade.
High Colt Racing Association. 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Trot, the 3rd division for $4,390. Luke Hanners to drive the 2. Tommy. Field of 6. These are the horses. Number 1 is Going to Mars. Michelle Caldwell driving. Number 2, Tommy with Luke Hanners. Alex Hawk, the 3, Flaming Sword. Here's a 4, Line of Stone, driven by Jeff Neisonger. 6, Arch Hill, John Ryan Melsheimer. And rounding out the field in front of the stands momentarily will be the 5, Cousin Van. Tim Deaton in the sulky.
You were right, Ashley. That's Luke Hanners out there, and I didn't see anything on his arm either. I mean, last time I saw him, he had a pretty big cast with big screws coming out of it.
Well, Ashley talked to him on Saturday night, and I thought it was still a week or so away.
That's what I thought it was going to be, but I guess Austin texted me and said he was racing on Monday. He was driving horses on Monday, so he jumped right back into it.
Well, cleared to go, and so he's ready to go. Let's take a look at this field of 9. The number 1 is Going to Mars. Michelle Caldwell drives for Roger Hughes. This is a What the Hill gelding out of Jupiter Rising. 12 starts this year, has 3 third-place finishes, is a maiden, still looking for that first win.
Luke Hanners will drive the 2, Tommy. Mary Dawson does train and own this gelding by Long Tom out of a Master Levesque mare, Katie. Most recently, this gelding had a 5th place finish at Dayton after some time off. Did go his mile in 1:59.2 before that. However, a couple back at Athens did have a 2nd place finish. Another one still looking to break his maiden.
Flaming Sword and Alex Hawk from the 3 for Russell Early the 3rd. Daniel Miller from Delphi, Iowa is the owner of this Enterprise Colts out of a Cantab Hall mare, Dees Bella. 20 starts on the year, 1 win. That was at Xenia in 2, 3, and 4. Has been racing very good recently. I mean, if you take out the last start where he finished 6th over at Dayton, but did trot in 59.2. But it's all been seconds, and thirds, all the rest of it. 20 starts on the year, 1 win, 6 seconds, and 4 thirds.
The number 4 is A Line of Stone. Jeff Neisonger drives for Mark Winters. This Lane of Stone out of the Muscle Massive mare Missed the Line is owned by Harry Horowitz of Brooklyn, New York, who also bred the horse. 12 wins in 20 starts this year, earnings over $39,000, has won 7 of the last 9. Would have been 8 of 9, but made a break due to some broken equipment back at Greenville. Has won 4 of the last 5 races.
Cousin Van will fall along the gate next in our 5th post position. Tim Deaton in the bike for Tammy Hartman. Hartman does co-own along with Karen Sue Zapata of Kentucky. This is a 3-year-old gelding by Uncle Peter, coming off a 2nd place finish at Dayton Raceway for their fair stakes in 1:58.1.
Starting from the 2nd tier, Arch Hill and John Ryan Melsheimer. John Ryan is also the trainer for Melrose Stable, who is also the breeder of this What the Hill out of a Lindy Lane mare, Irresistible. Won his last start, 2, 2, and 1 at Coshocton.
They're up and trotting. A Line of Stone sent right to the front. Flaming Sword comes out in 2nd. 3rd on the outside, Arch Hill. 4th is Going to Mars. Trotters move into the turn. Cousin Van racing 5th, and the Trader off stride. Tommy. Down the backside they trot. A Line of Stone shows the way. 2-hole trip to Flaming Sword. 2 back to Arch Hill 3rd. Another 3 to Going to Mars 4th. Racing 5th, Cousin Van, trailing a field. Tommy. Straight alignment at the opening quarter. Line of Stone looking for season's win number 13. Arch Hill along the pylons as they race around the turn. Flaming Sword by the quarter at an even 32 seconds. Out and on the move to the outside. Cousin Van Going to Mars is 5th. Trailing the field, Tommy. Passing the stands first time. They come on over to the halfway point. On top of the field and showing away, A Line of Stone. Racing 2nd is Flaming Sword. Up on the outside, racing 3rd. Here comes Arch Hill. Set out after the leader. Picking up the cover of Arch Hill is Cousin Van. He stacked up 2nd over. Going to Mars on the inside, and Tommy trails the field. Halfway home, 102 and 4/5. On the 5/8 they trot. The leader, A Line of Stone, being pressured by Arch Hill on the outside, and Arch Hill is off stride. Flaming Sword racing 2nd, and Flaming Sword. Here comes Alex Hawk with Flaming Sword. Racing 3rd is Cousin Van. Going to Mars is off stride along with Arch Hill, and trailing the field, Tommy. They're into the far turn. The target, A Line of Stone. He leads it by 3 parts of a length. Flaming Sword on the outside 2nd. Cousin Van 3rd. 3/4, 1:33 and 4. They come to the top of the stretch. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. They're all chasing A Line of Stone. Flaming Sword joining the chase. Cousin Van coming to the line. He's almost there. A Line of Stone gives Jeff Neisonger his 3rd winner of the day here at the Fairfield County Fair. Home 2nd, Flaming Sword. Cousin Van 3rd. 2:03, 2/5.
2:03 and 2/5 for Junior. A Line of Stone. Once again, we see Jeff Neisonger and Mark Winters teaming up 3 in a row for A Line of Stone. 13 seasonal wins in 21 starts. Pretty nice one to have in your barn.
Ooh, somebody mentioned online is an absolute beast. And that he is. I mean, this
turned away a few pretty serious challenges there. You know, there's some horses making a pretty good run at him. And
yep. just keeps on trotting.
Yep,
Just does his thing. When you look at those lines, and out of the last 8, he made a couple of breaks. One was an equipment break, and not sure what the other reason was, but what a nice horse. And, I mean, by Lane of Stone, what more could you say, right?
This should be how many trips into the winner's circle for Jeff today? Is this 3?
Yes, I believe that this is 3.
3 for both Jeff and Mark.
Yeah. As we said, that partnership does really well at the county fairs.
Winner's circle. You went to the 9th race. High Colt Racing Association, 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Trot, this 3rd division for $4,390. Sponsored by Freeman Banking Center. Here's the 4, A Line of Stone. 3-year-old Brown Ridge by Lane of Stone out of the Muscle Massey mare, Missed a Line. 13th of the season for A Line of Stone, Noble Harry Horowitz, Brooklyn, New York. Mark Winters trains. Jeff Neisonger gets his 3rd winning drive of the day. The buyout 203, 2/5.
Still waiting to go official.
5.
Thought we were going to get it there for a moment. Look, Frank is trying to harass people into interviews, but I think Jeff
Judge's inquiry violation of the breaking rule. Partner, the 10th race, you can bring them on for the 10th.
So we do have a judge's inquiry about the breaking rule. A couple horses did make some extended breaks, it seemed like. So it does not affect our winner. Going to be bringing horses out for the 10th race. This is going to be a good race. 7 really nice horses in it. Surfing Canyon was sitting first in the Signature Series points when he went into that final and won that.
Tommy finished 6th place, 5th to 3. Flaming Sword 2, 4 Line of Stone, the winner, 5 Cousin Van 3, 6 Arch Hill 4, 203, 2/5. Rechecking 6, 5, 2, 1, 3, 4 on the bottom. Fractions of 32, 102 and 4, 133 and 4. 10th and final of the 2024 Fairfield County Fair is up next.
So official placings, it sounded like we did have that inquiry go through. So top down went 6, 5, 2, 1, 3, 4. Official for the 9th, 2 minutes, 2:03 and 2. We have made it. We have made it the 10th and final, the very last fair race of the entire year. A very nice field of 7 to close us out. The Ricketts Pace Signature Series up next.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, the son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm wants to thank all the bidders and buyers that supported the Ohio Selected Jug Sale.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Well, we are back. Give us just a moment. We're going to try to take a
all right,
group
Matt,
picture.
get in here. We got to take a picture. See if you can get a. Can you get us all? May have to take a step down. There we go.
Be careful, Roy.
Yeah, no falling. Perfect. All right, there we go. Thank you. Yes, sir. a little dark. Might have to retake it. Might have to retake it here. Hold on. Let me see here.
Thanks for bearing with us. This has been such a fun day for us. Sometimes it's hard for us as a team to step away and just have a breather, a down moment, and that has absolutely been
there we go.
today.
Yeah, this has been a fun day. We're a little bit longer than we usually because we had an injury to the hub rail.
Yep. We'll check this one out. Should be better. Oh, much better. What a crew. All right,
Let me
thank you.
see
Perfect.
it. Let me see it.
There you go. Whoop.
Oh, well, look what you're doing. You're fat fingering
there it
it.
is.
Oh, it looks good. That's a
There
good
you
one.
go. Look all right to you?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Look all right to you?
All with our headsets on.
Like Matt and I really care what it looks like.
Got our Christmas cards ready.
Yeah. Oh, we should.
We really should. Can we send it directly to each of the fair boards?
Yeah. So the horses are coming out on the track, as we talked about. This is going to be a good race.
This is going to be a great race.
I predicted yesterday that the track record was in jeopardy, but I'm just not so sure about that today because we haven't been going as fast.
Haven't going as fast, but with Arbin on the rail and Alex Hawk.
And Alex
And
Hawk.
the way Alex Hawk likes to take horses to the lead,
Yep.
I think you could possibly see something being close.
Yeah. And it's not like you're going to be able to go out there and then kind of shut it down a little bit because everybody behind you is going to be wanting
exactly.
to go.
Everybody's
Yeah.
going to want to come charging. And you're going to have, surfing in the canyon from that second tier who's going to try to find a spot to come on through. Do we know who's driving the 4 yet?
No.
I have
Who's
not
on
heard.
that 7? I don't have a change for the 7.
Yeah,
we'd have a change for the 7 too.
And I haven't seen Drew Neal all day, so
No.
on the 5. So we're going to catch that along with you when we do the post parade.
Well, let's see if we can see who we've got.
Should we take a minute while we're waiting for everybody to make their way to the track to reminisce on the season? I know everybody kind of has their favorite fairs, but have you had a favorite moment?
Favorite moment? I got mine.
I've got mine.
Wapakoneta. Gentleman came walking up the stairs. Wapakoneta is a pretty steep grandstand. Very, very. And he was an elderly gentleman and walked up. He had to stop a few times, walked up. I thought, well, I wonder what he's going to do. Walked up, stood right next to us. 94 years old. Always used to come to the races. Can't come as much as he did. Walked all the way up those stairs just to thank us for putting this on. And
Yeah, when you
That
get
was a great
somebody to
moment.
make that effort to go
Yeah.
up, the stairs just to come up to say thank you, you know what we're doing is the right thing at that
It
point.
wasn't easy for him to
No.
do that, But yeah, that was my moment.
Mine was soft shot in the Jugette. Ohio trainer.
Yeah.
Someone, family friend.
Hank Levan is on the number 4, Western Ready.
Chris Presley on the 7.
Now, how'd you tell that?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Chris on the 7, and then what else? We also need somebody for the 2, Rock and Requiem, because Alex Hawk is listed on both.
Yeah.
And I know Alex is on the 1.
Huh. Tim Deaton, maybe?
Yeah, it's one of the Deatons, I think. We're in the 2, and I'm trying to see.
I think that is Tim.
The 5 also, the 5 has yellow and blue.
I'm thinking Charles Bolin.
That's what I'm thinking, too. So, 'cause he had his colors on when he came over to help with Line of Stone.
Frank,
And then Lori is driving, Farnes Smith is driving Miss C. Gray, her horse.
your favorite memory, your favorite moment.
Well, mine is personal. Winning the Campfield Derby with poster pets.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Memory of John Ricketts, field is 7. Fair season begin at Paulding, Ohio on a Tuesday, June 10th. It wraps up 4 months later on October 10th here at the Fairfield County Fair. These are the horses. Number 1 is Arbin, the driver Alex Hawk. Number 2, Rock and Requiem, Tim Deaton driving. Number 3, Amar Cruiser with Jeff Neisanger. For Western Ready, Hank Levan. 5, Cold Decked with Charles Bolin. Number 6, Miss Gracie, Lori Farnes-Smith. And number 7 is Surfer in the Canyon. Chris Presley in the Sulky.
So, Ashley, your moment.
I think truly for me would just be my very first fair back, because when I left for the year not to be spoken about, I really didn't know the direction that I was going to go with my career and my life, and I really could not be happier doing what I'm doing. And I have, Frank, you've put me in some very uncomfortable positions to kind of turn me into, I guess, where I am today.
I put you into positions to watch you grow.
And I
you
sometimes don't agree with
it. But you have grown, and you're going to get put into some other positions as time moves on. So, like we talked about, you're going to be doing some of those speaker series next year.
And Susan, you as well. I mean, you guys took a chance on me to begin with a handful of years ago. And Matt, you keep us all together. You keep us rolling.
Boy, we're in trouble.
And so for me, it was just making my way back. I found myself. I never in a million years, if you would have told me just 5 years ago, this is what I'd be doing. I found myself on air and doing all this, and I feel who I'm supposed to be is most current at a racetrack.
And I think I've got another moment for you too, that was you interviewing your mom at Delaware after Go Jim Dandy came home a winner. That was neat.
That was good.
I mean, she's such a tough interview too, but you got her to talk.
She is.
But here we go. So we have a nice field of 7, the Signature Series pace. On the rail, Arbin, Alex Hawk for Earl Owings, just 3 back. Actually at Scioto Downs in a non-winners of 12,000 the last 4. He was a winner, came home huge, 149-1. Arbin has won 8 on the year, and $91,000 made in 2024.
Rockin' Requiem and Tim Deaton from the 2 for Stephen Harris. This is a 7-year-old owned by Gene Will. 104 lifetime starts, 27 wins, $149,000 in earnings. A mark last year as a 6-year-old, 152 at Northfield Park.
The number 3 is Amor Cruiser. Jeff Neisanger drives for Mary Burkhold, who picked up this horse 4 races ago. This is a Yankee Cruiser out of the Towner's Big Guy mare Trey Crest. 17 starts, a win and 2/3. That win came out east at Saratoga in 158.
Hank Levan now drives our 4 Western Ready for Scott Ferguson, owned by Tube Stable out of New Carlisle, Ohio. 5-year-old gelding by Western Vintage. We've been seeing him a lot at the Signature Series and the free-for-alls. Last win came in a free-for-all at Eaton in 202-4.
Cold Decked and Charles Bolin from the 5-hole for trainer Steve Ashby. Zachary Jackson is the owner. This is a 6-year-old Racing Hill. Has had 20 starts this year, 2 wins, but lifetime 86 starts, 14 wins, $90,000 plus in earnings, and a 4-year-old mark of 154-4 at Miami Valley.
The number 6 is Ms. Gracie. Lori Farnes-Smith drives for Marlon Smith. This is an 8-year-old mare by Van Hanover. 14 starts this year, 1 third-place finish, earnings just over $1,000.
Chris Presley will round out the field with our 7-horse Surf in the Canyon for Steve Bates, and a 5-year-old gelding by Canyon wins. Doesn't need a whole lot of introduction. 12 wins and 16 seasonal tries.
Arbin, Rockin' Requiem, Amar Cruiser, Western Ready, Cold Deck, Miss Gracie, Surf in the Canyon. All in behind the Wepkenberg starting gate. For the Ricketts Memorial, here they come. They're off then, pacing. That's Arbin, and going for the lead with Alex Hawk. Rockin' Requiem comes out in second. Western Ready, the outside third. Surf in the Canyon up the inside fourth. Fifth is Miss Gracie. Amar Cruiser sixth on the outside, and trailing the field. Gold Decked as they head up the backside. Arbin leads away by 3. Rockin' Requiem second. Racing third, Surf in the Canyon. Hung on the outside. Western Ready fourth. Racing fifth, Miss Gracie. Racing sixth. Into the turn. The race by the opening quarter is Amar Cruiser. Trailing the field. Round the turn, Cold Deck by the opening quarter. 20 29 4/5. He has a 3-length lead. It's Arbor and Alex Hawk as they come to the top of the stretch for the first time and past the stands for the Ricket Pace. Western Ready up on the outside second. Racing third. Mar Cruiser and Long Mile racing fourth on the inside as they come to the app. Western Ready off stride is Surfing the Canyon. We got a driver down and a loose horse. Loose horse. The race is off. It's a no contest. It's a no contest. Pull them up. Pull them up. No contest. We need the ambulance. Pull them up. No contest. We got a loose horse.
Well, that's not how we wanted it the season by any means. But everybody's up.
Everybody's up. Horse is fine.
The horse is still going. The outrider missed on the first shot to get the horse. So now they've slowed down on the backstretch and waiting to try to catch the loose horse right now.
All right.
But the driver is up at Deaton.
Yep, everybody's up.
Yeah, not the way you want to end the day.
Surfing the Canyon was involved. He looks good going back to the barn area. The horse that's still out here pacing around doesn't look sore. So.
He was Surfing the Canyon was really, really, really looking for racing room and moved as quick as he could. And unfortunately, it looked like he got caught up in our 2-horse, Rock and Requiem, in his wheel.
It looks like the horse is slowing down itself. I think it just
Charles,
tired itself out.
Yeah, it might be getting a little tied up at the lines or something, but Charles Boland's going to take a shot at grabbing this thing. I think he's probably going to get it.
Yeah, it looks like Charles got it.
Well, he's going to slow down
Get in front of him.
Yeah, get the outrider over here. That's good.
And Timmy Deaton popped right up.
He did.
That is who came out of the bike, but he popped right up and I think he already walked back over.
Yeah, he does need to get checked out, but.
Well, yeah, and the ambulance was right there behind the tote board, so. And it looks like they had the horse, but now the horse is taken off again, and Charles Boland looks like he's going to try to get in front of it again.
You know, when I was first learning how to sit behind a horse, and that's what my mom and dad always told me. Whatever happens, they're going to get tired. You're just going in left. Yep. You're just going left and left and left. They will get tired. And he's just probably a little bit shook up by any means. That's all that is. And he's doing what he knows how to do, and that's go left.
Mm-hmm. But Charles is also keeping him along the rail where it's probably
safer for the horse.
Yeah.
They're slowing down substantially now.
Yeah. Well, that's where the horse would normally
pull
up,
gate. Yep.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, excellent job by Charles Boland, really, to go out there and do that.
Keep going with his 5-horse.
Yeah. Horse is down to a walk now, and they've got it.
There we go. There you go.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
not the way you want to end your fair season, but everybody is okay, and that's the most important thing. So is that everybody is okay.
And that race was declared a no contest right away, so that everybody knew that they just had to pull up and not continue to race, because when you've got a loose horse, you never know what for sure they're going to do. So very wise move by the judge, Tony Bragano, our judge today, declaring that a no contest.
Yeah, I'm not sure, I mean, that it's a no contest. There's an inquiry, but I mean, there's not going to be any placings or anything.
Not at all.
So.
No.
Right. We're just going to see what they think happened. Very hard to see. I didn't see it right away.
No, I kind of thought one took a funny step, and then all of a sudden it just kind of, there was a couple that just slowed right down, and so it looked like Surfing the Canyon had his
Yeah.
Might have gone over a wheel or something.
He got caught in the wheel.
Caught in a wheel.
He
Yeah,
got caught
that's
in
what
the
I
wheel. He was, because you could see, he was begging for racing
Oh, yeah.
room.
He was locked
the
in,
entire,
hopelessly locked
first
in.
half, and so he finally, as soon as there was room, he tried to pop out, and with that, I think that's when he nicked the wheel and just got caught up in it.
Well, with that, Matt, why don't we play one more break, play a couple more commercials, and we can get ready to wrap up our fair season.
All right.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out, Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Welcome back to the Fairfield County Fair in Lancaster, Ohio, as we get to wrap up another year of County Fair harness racing here in Ohio. And as Doug Ballinger said, started June 10th. And 4 months later, believe it or not, it's done. 66 county fairs and independent fairs, over 125 racing cards to wrap it up with everything. And Susan, when it all started, we knew this day was coming, but it's a bit sad.
It is. It's kind of sad, but what a great summer. We saw a lot of really nice racehorses.
Well, that's why I was just going to ask Ashley. You've been around this your entire life. You've seen some great horses, and it's always fun to be out covering these things, especially when you can, walk the backstretch and meet these horses, talk to the trainers and the drivers, and just, and then bring it all to everybody.
Very true. And, I've had a couple questions in the past, Frank, of where I see my career going. And truly, I don't ever want to leave Ohio. This is my place. These are my people. And just because of that, there. And we have such great racing throughout the entire state all year long. Of course, we have some special moments in the summertime, but really wouldn't choose it any other way.
Well, there's a lot of people we need to thank who helped make this possible. First off, the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association Board of Directors, President Scott Mogan, Vice President Randy Haynes. They give us the opportunity to do this and do it for you, the fans, bringing this to people from across not only Ohio, but the United States, North America, and the world, the number of people that we have. We want to thank you, the fans, who are with us every day. People wake up in the morning in Australia to watch us, or those watching us late at night from Europe, from all over. We want to thank you for being a part of it. And everybody that makes it possible in our crew, Kim Poma back at the office, who make sure you get the programs up on time, and everybody. The people who have helped us, Michael Langer, Jeremy Moore, Don Tiger, Bob Roberts, Kenny Livingood, Trish Soulsby, Tom Pye, the harness guy, Doug Ballinger, Roger Houston. I think I got everybody. And if I missed somebody, I'm sorry. We tried to come up with that. The people that helped us running the camera, Steve Ulrichs, Chris Santacantarina. And then, the four of us, Matt Clark, Ashley, Susan, and myself. It's just an honor and a privilege to bring these races to you. So any final thoughts?
It's not that long till Paulding.
Matt?
Thanks for watching all summer.
Ashley?
Bigger and better next year.
And myself, it's just been a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to do it again next year. So for the entire crew at the OHHA, one last time, thanks for joining us all summer long. We hope to see you next year. Have yourself a great Thursday evening. Goodbye, everybody.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing has been presented by Midland Acres, thestable.ca, Dublin Valley Farms, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, and the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.